every time.
Are
Every
we
time we
live?
do this,
You're
it's like
live. It says we're live. Wow. Okay, we're here.
this is always the technological.
There's always technical problems. The next will be the sound. I can't wait to hear it. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
What did we do wrong this time?
yeah. Scheduled for today at 9 a.m. Well, it's after 9.
Is it after 9?
Yeah.
9:01.
Goldfinger, I'm sorry to hear about your separation from Caroline.
Where does it say that?
Yeah, at the bottom.
I'm sorry to hear about your separation from
I
Caroline.
don't know what
There are
he's
plenty
talking
of
about.
fish in the
I'm hoping
sea.
you're not a troll. Because we're gonna
Mango Mark.
I don't know what you're talking about. My separation is she's going to the province to visit her mother for a couple of days. I don't know.
That's what they all say.
Good morning. In a Robin way. Oh yeah. Good morning, Philippines. So actually, he says it better than that. He's
A
loud.
lot better. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, first give us a clue as to, we always know the picture's fine, but it's always the sound that we have a problem. So Paul, you got to talk a little. Read some of these.
I'm right here.
Fast.
Let's see. Warmest regards from Fort Worth. Go Goldfinger. I'm sorry to hear about you. Oh, okay. I already read that. Good morning, Philippines. Good morning from Texas, gents. And good afternoon from Zach. There you go.
All right. It's funny how they say 0 views. Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, why don't you click on viewer activity?
Oh, is that what I need? I don't understand.
You're on
this stuff.
analytics.
There's so much technical. No new super chats or members. That's what it tells me on viewer activity. They're all dead. Okay.
How about stream health? Was it?
Sounded a little low on Goldfinger's mic. Well,
Thank God.
Yeah.
Maybe if we could shut it off, we'd have some fun.
If I get a few of those, Brandon, then I'll adjust my mic. Otherwise, usually I'm loud and annoying. So
It says you all sound and look great. Cool. Paul's loud, Goldfinger low.
okay,
Perfect.
okay. Let's fix that real bit.
No, leave it there.
I'll turn mine up a little bit.
There you go.
I'll turn yours down a little bit.
No.
Okay, let's go back.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, I was lost already. Let's wait. Oh, we're back. Hello. Sound picture good by Captain. Early happy birthday, Goldie. Thank you. 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, it's 2 weeks. It's your birthday?
I'll be 69 and
No
sexy.
kidding. Wow, you're already sexy. Come on. You throwing a party for yourself?
You're such a tease.
I know.
They make fun of us anyway. Remember when they used to do videos of us?
Yeah.
Like we're lovers, and
Yeah.
having hearts and holding hands. I don't remember who that guy was.
We got to do a video called Paul and Goldfinger's Gay Weekend.
In the Philippines. I got to throw it in the
I got all kinds of ideas.
Oh, great. Yeah. I don't know about that, Paul. Yeah, I'm always loud. Sorry, Captain. Yeah, well. Carolyn, Dad, what is all this about Caroline? So Carolyn is with a Y, a Carolyn. I don't know how to spell her name. Carolyn, Lyn on the end.
Yeah, if you're going to make a...
Yeah, if you're going to talk...
Okay, we got Dan Mango Mark. Since moving to the Philippines, Manila,
Yeah.
I have become an alcoholic. I know I shouldn't buy the alcohol. It's so cheap. And I just, love my new life here. Okay.
Well, okay, not a positive start, Mango Mark. But I got to tell you, he says mango. I just had mango liqueur the other day. I went to Taverna, and they had mango liqueur and coconut liqueur.
Was it good?
It was so good, I had to walk home.
Really?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Bike, right up down the street, Taverna, right around the corner.
Oh, Taverna. Yeah.
So I said, guys, can you just lock up my bike here? I'll be back tomorrow. And I walked home. I says,
Was this last night?
No, it was about 3 nights ago.
Okay.
It was actually on a Friday night. So where are we today? Wednesday. So it was
know,
last
Wednesday,
week.
Yeah.
You lose track of time.
Well, you just got into a mood to have a couple of
They were
cocktails.
doing, I've never done it. They did karaoke.
Ugh.
I have never done karaoke.
But you did.
I did.
You sang.
Well, I said, in order to do karaoke, I need a shot. And, And Ralph, the owner, was providing free shots.
Yeah, he does that.
And then the guy I was next to was I'll think of his name in a minute. My mind's blank. But he did drink his, and his girlfriend gave me one of hers, and I had two. So 4 shots later, I was karaoke.
You were in. You were all in.
I was all in. But I wasn't.
You're in the zone.
Yeah. Yeah. Gene. I was with Gene and Abor. They're a couple from Sikihor.
Okay.
And they asked me, and actually I did a live that day. So I walked over. I rode over. Okay. Even though it's not that far, but I don't like riding in the dark, and there's a bunch of dogs here. And the dogs, I have to carry a stick with these dogs. They snap and growl. They get more aggressive at night. Have you ever noticed that?
No, because I'm never out at
They seem
night.
to be more aggressive at night. But anyway, so I rode over so I could just ride over the dog if he gets in my way. Or
Right.
Okay, but then I couldn't ride back. So.
Wow, it was that bad.
Well, I don't drink.
Right, I don't
I
either.
do not drink.
I don't either.
And 4 shots. And boom.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any dinner.
Hit you like a freight train.
And I didn't have any dinner.
No dinner.
Because I had a live, and I cut the live short,
Uh-huh.
which was, Friday night.
Yeah.
I'm live on Mondays and Fridays. There's the plug. And got to get that plug in. All right, we're missing what people are saying. We're up here.
Okay, where are we?
Up here where it says, what's next?
Paul, is Goldfinger your daily entertainment? No, just once a week.
Morning.
Saul Goodman. Saul good, man.
Saul.
He rocks. He's a rock star.
Was that drinking this morning? No, that was back on Friday. That was, okay, so I get to see Paul again tonight.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about that.
We're going to May's sister's wedding. She's marrying Ray.
Yeah.
Ray's
a New Yorker.
Jing and Ray. He's a New Yorker.
The first time I met him,
he's a Puerto Rican from New Yorker.
Oh my God!
From New
the
York.
first time, the first time I met Ray, he was a little overbearing.
Ooh,
Boy,
he hasn't calmed down.
Yeah, he takes control of a room.
Oh my God!
Talk about an alpha male.
Talk about loud.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I was like, he's nice.
He's a sweetheart.
But he's going to tell you what you're going to do.
Oh yeah, he's really concerned about you eating. Because that's his primary focus in life is eating. And he's as big as a house.
Look who's coming, Trench. Flying over on June 12th for my move. Going to start off in Baguio. I'm sure he says too. I love the cool mountains. I don't blame you. Right now, it's been kind of cool today. We had a storm come through. I think there's something offshore, right?
I never keep track of it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Been here too long.
It just is what it is.
Alcohol's a habit.
It rains almost every night at my house. We had a brownout last night.
Oh, I didn't.
And I got to use my generator.
Woohoo! How did that go?
Lovely. It was awesome.
But did you have to go out in the rain to start it?
It wasn't raining. It was just a brownout. And so I went out in the dark, but I had a flashlight. And it's a real simple procedure. I just plug it in, and then I do the throttle, put the choke on. I press a button, and that mother fires up. And then I readjust the choke. And I go back in the house, and all the lights are on, and everything's going, and
does
internet.
Does it automatically shut off from the grid?
No. That's what's interesting. There is a switch that I've got to flip to turn off Norco, and then and then turn on the generator, so it's idiot proofed.
It's called manual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
it's
from
a
Mexico.
manual switch. But what happens if the power goes on and you have it on?
Well, that happened last night.
And
so that was my question to May. I go, you know what? What if the power comes back on? How are we going to know? And the answer is you don't. And so May, it was early. It was like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. And we were up kind of unusually late for us, but May had been gone all day, and I had been gone all day, and 2 different directions. And so when it clicked off, I went out, I turned it on. I was ecstatic. It was the second time I've done it. Works perfect. And then May just poked her nose outside after about an hour and a half, and she said, "And Fatima's lights on." And I said, "Okay." So I went out and shut it off.
Switched it off.
Uh-huh.
Because I wondered if you have the power on from the grid and you have the generator on, both at the same time, is something going to explode or something?
No.
Okay.
No.
Electricity always worries me around here, especially
yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, what do we got here?
I got Robert. I got Justin. Yes. Oh, Saul is a local.
Oh, Critter Hunter's there. Hi, Critter.
Is Saul?
Ray is loud.
Yeah. Does he know Ray?
Maybe.
We got BGC. I like to visit that area up in
We're going there in December.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Tell me how it is. Just emailed me for a free ebook. Okay. I need to speak to this man. Oh God, another. All right, message retracted. Go ahead and read that. I'm going to go ahead and.
I am thinking about taking a trip down to Dumageddon. What's the nightlife like down there? You're asking the wrong guy, because I don't go out at night.
And nor do I, except for tonight.
Do they have
wedding.
pay by the hour motels and bars? Pay by the hour. Well, you got your Mango Mark, I think, is somebody that is just giving you a hard time here, boss.
Just talk to him because I'm going to be
All right.
typing here.
All right. Neighbors don't complain about the generator. Actually, the landlord said, boy, that's loud. And May told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I told May, remind her that her karaoke is very loud too.
I'm sorry. Loud in the Philippines?
Yeah,
Seriously?
it's like,
Somebody
you got to
complains
be
about-
kidding me.
Yeah.
And here's the dealio, is that generator's on my wall.
I got to close that door.
Okay.
Einstein, be quiet.
This door?
Okay. Got to close the door. Got to put the...
They ran a karaoke machine, and they got me, and they're screeching into it and letting the baby scream into
Way
it.
this way,
And I
the other
thought,
way.
thank God I'm the one that's being loud. Get used to it, sweetheart.
There goes the dogs. I got my housekeeper showing up. Okay.
Rob Sells Mexico says, no need to go to Dumageddon. Girls have all been through multiple foreigners.
I got to pin this.
Where do you get that information?
I'm going to pin this at the top. Okay, anybody
You're
needs the email.
more concerned with your goofy ebook.
This is pinned. Okay, go away. I'm sorry. Do you ever get threats and creepy, weird comments? It wouldn't be.
Yeah, we've got about 6 right now.
I just got my first that made me think. But,
Hey, you know that May and I did a video
hi, Eric.
addressing that very question
You,
on
well,
May's channel.
had
It's coming out.
stories
It's
before.
coming out tonight.
you
In
had a guy
fact,
come through a locked gate over the fence,
Mm-hmm.
knocked on your door. You're both in bed sleeping, and you're like, "Who the fuck's that?" Excuse me, but who the hell is at my door?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's like, I've had that too. by the way.
banging on the
Banging
door.
on the door.
I don't
that's
mean knocking.
attitude.
Politely knocking.
Attitude.
I'm talking about, and I opened the door and exploded on him because I was
I don't
I was
blame you.
asleep, and May was scared, and so yeah, that was that little debacle.
Alan says, good morning. We got to go down here. Here we are. Okay. So it should be pinned at the top. You could send me an email. If you get the ebook, it has my phone number, local phone number, and other information, and also Facebook.
Wow, that's
Okay,
a lot of
so-
information
so,
to throw out there, pal.
Yeah. Okay, here's Big Dave. Go ahead and read him.
How dare you make some noise, Paul? I know I should be ashamed, but I'm just trying to fit in with everybody else around here. I want to blend.
Look, they're coming on. Where's the count? How come
I don't know.
The count.
There's something wrong
Viewer
here.
activity is gone. The stream health is good. but
Stream
what-
is healthy. Analytics. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
That's what you were on, and I
Yeah,
told
but
you to
told me
change
to
it.
Get off of it. Look,
Concurrent
we're already over
viewers.
100.
You have over 100 what?
Chat. Oh,
You got
100 views,
99
130
people in the
views.
room.
99 people, 130 views. Oh, people came on and went off. They said,
103. Hey, well, don't forget about the like button.
Oh, yeah. Where's the likes? I don't really see the likes. You notice it's different up here.
Yeah, it is.
It has different information because I went in.
Well,
and I
put
edited.
in, click that button that says likes. See if it shows up. Up there where it says concurrent viewers. Yeah, hit that.
Maybe I have to move it down.
There it is. Do what?
I had to move it down. See, I had to roll
Oh,
it
okay.
with my mouse.
Oh, okay.
I'm having mouse troubles.
Yeah, this is constant.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
I got a chat.
Yeah.
$4.99 revenue. Woohoo! Marlon, thank you. Alvarez. On a list of interviews.
Paul, you should do a meetup in BGC when you come in December. Would love to meet you. That's not a bad idea. Every time I go to I didn't do it last time in Cebu, but I've never done it. I did it in America. That was it. But if I go out there, I think I'll just say at 10 o'clock I'll be at Starbucks with the wife. You guys want to stop by and say hi?
All right.
You know, something like
I got
that.
to go back just a little bit. Hello, Rab. Justin wants to know what happened to my worker Jet. He advanced him money to come the next day, and Jet went home. He wasn't feeling good. He was having stomach problems. He went home. I haven't heard from him. I haven't seen him. He's not back yet. But he did give me your 500 pesos, so I have it for you, which I will keep. Hello, Alan. Hit the like. Pretty Big Dave. Yeah.
Hey, Paul, you ever talk to Playboy Dean anymore? No, and I miss Dean Verano.
Do you?
Oh,
You
yeah.
said you were never going to put it back on.
No,
too.
No, I didn't. You're putting words in my mouth that I didn't say.
I thought you.
No,
blocked
that's
him or
not
something.
true. No way.
I'm
I had the most fun with him. Actually, it wasn't him I had the fun with. It was the viewers. They were making me piss my pants laughing with the comments.
Yeah.
They were so witty and so funny and so original and imaginative in the comments. And they actually had a bidding war. This whole thing went on because it was like 50 were for Dean and 50 hated Dean.
Yeah.
And it was this great
The
setup.
rotation was the best part.
Yeah,
The
and it was
rotation
just
was
big
awesome.
conflict.
I don't know if anybody
between
knows him.
people.
I'm sure if you do, but
And he
had-
disappeared, bro. He
disappeared.
got himself into some trouble over there. Yeah.
because of the rotation girls.
No, because he
Running a business?
couldn't let running a business, we'll say. It was supposedly a tour guide thing, but it turned into something a little bit more, if
He
you know
got
what I
big
mean.
And he didn't have a permit. Or
No,
license
it was
to
a little
run it.
different than that, but I won't get into the.
Okay.
You're gonna have to use your
Well, that's too bad, 'cause
imagination.
he had a personality that was another alpha male.
You know what the other thing is, though, is like he was really a psycho. He would like break out into this crazy sweat and go in, and he sold cosmetics, and
Yeah.
he would just talk a mile a minute, and he was just a Looney Tune, and I loved it. I love those
It didn't
kind of
hurt
people.
that he had gorgeous young girls.
Well,
next to him
yeah,
all the
and that
time.
was all a sham, but they just sat there and they didn't know what he was saying because
Yeah.
they only spoke Spanish. But
That was a good thing because he could talk in English. They didn't pick up on-
Exactly.
except when he mentioned one of the other girls' names, and the one that I think he got engaged to or married or whatever,
Oh, no.
would look at him with "I'm going to stab you in the back
Yeah,
as soon as
yeah.
we're off the
Yeah,
live."
yeah. But he was a trip. If I could get him back, I was going to make it this thing that I was going to have Dean on every Valentine's Day because he's got the girls and he's the romance and he's Mr. Rotation and polygamist or whatever they're
What do you
called.
have, 5 girls?
Three.
Okay. I
But
thought
he
you had-
really only had one. But the thing is like 11 guys that watched his show went to Nicaragua. And I got firsthand knowledge about what they
reality
experienced was and what the reality was. And but the one thing they did say is that he was the sweetest guy in person that you'd want to meet.
Oh,
He
that's
was
good.
super helpful. He was accommodating. He would help them. And then he got hooked up with this other dude that was like a scammer. And the other dude was taking kickbacks to find the guy's apartments and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
And so that's kind of what was the end of him,
I'm turning my mic up a little. They're saying they can't hear me, but I'll just.
Okay.
I'm going to do a little bit at a time, guys. I don't want to overpower Paul as usual. All right, so we missed a few.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so okay. Longest time of tempo per mic. How long has Baby May done tempo? Longest amount of days or hours?
Mine,
Yeah. Baby May.
believe it or not, she doesn't do tempo.
God, you're a lucky man.
Well, let me qualify that a little bit. All right, let me
It's
tone
short?
that down. It's yeah. So she'll go quiet, and she will just go lay down, and about 30 minutes, and then she'll come out and she'll say, "May I ask you a question?" Very polite.
That's a communication. That's good.
Very polite.
I wish Caroline
And I
would
go,
communicate.
yes. And then she'll tell me what's on her mind.
See now,
And you know what I do? I say, you know what? You're right.
yeah,
Every time, whether she is or she
but
isn't.
Carolyn just
And I just see I see her face just go, because I give her positive affirmation. And I go, you're right. That shouldn't have happened. Maybe it's not even me.
I get
It
high
could be
strung.
something that happened to her outside, and she's home dwelling on it. or somebody said something, or she
No,
thinks
I know.
I said
You know
something.
after a period of while when she's upset.
I know what her
Carolyn-
mood is by what she's wearing that day. That's the God's truth.
So
If she dresses up and she's got the super shorts on and all this kind of stuff, well, we're going to have fun because she's in a great mood. She's feeling good about herself, and she wants to get out and rock and roll and have some fun. If she comes out and she's got on a pair of jeans and a big T-shirt, I go, she's not feeling so good today.
totally different from Carolyn.
It's totally predictable.
Carolyn gets up and walks out on me. Just in the middle of a conversation, the middle of doing
I should
something.
try that sometime during a live
She just gets up
stream.
and walks out. And then she'll go to her bedroom and close the door. That's a key. When she closes the bedroom door, I've done something really bad. She's pissed off at me. She's not going to talk to me. And the best thing to do is leave her alone. Okay, at least for several hours. Okay, don't try to make up or anything right away. Sometimes the next day.
That'll make it worse. Because some people
gets,
just need their space,
yeah,
they need to fester. And the reason that they do that is they don't want to say anything over the top that's going to destroy the relationship because they're really pissed.
Carolyn goes,
and they'll go
like
nuclear on
that.
you.
I mean, that's boom. Oh, God.
Are you cognizant of what you may have said or what
Usually
done?
not. I know things that I won't say what they are, but I know things I've said or done when I'm talking to somebody else on a phone, and she'll hear the conversation on the phone, and that'll set her off.
I've had that happen with me. Yeah, she's heard me talking to somebody. She'll go,
tell you what it was.
and she'll say, "Would you please not share that information?"
Well,
And I'll go, "You're right. I shouldn't have shared that."
yeah, it's sharing information. She gets upset about that. She wants her privacy. Or I'll say I'm going to have Carolyn come on this Friday, and she never agreed to it. Okay, but she got upset when I said I wanted Baby May to come in here, and maybe you could bring some of her girls. Oh my God! She just got up and walked out of the room. You remember in the evening? It was just a couple of nights
Yeah,
ago?
you were talking to me. You said, well, can I interview Baby
She would
May?
not talk to me the rest of the night.
Well, she didn't say to bring a couple of girls. You said that for her to give you a video clip
That's right. I
of some
said, "Give me a
chicks
video and
dancing
I'll
in
put
the
it back."
background. And then she would come in and do the interview, which she agreed to, by the way.
Which I think would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, but I didn't see anything
But I
wrong
guess
with
that's
it.
not going to happen.
No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. She's not in this room anyway. She's not going to see it.
Yeah.
And then she gets upset about the comments. And I says, why do you read them? Because we get trolls and people say stupid things, and sometimes they get past me. And the thing is, she'll read them and she gets real upset when people talk about her or talk about me in a negative way. And she gets very protective of me and upset about the comments. It does hurt. I says, don't read them. Don't just watch the video. Don't read.
Yeah,
the
ignorance
comments.
is bliss. Yeah,
But she has to.
she has to. She has to.
She's gonna watch
know.
everyone. She watches everyone.
Well, May was like that in the beginning. I mean,
I know she was very upset in the beginning.
very
She
upset.
was
She
gonna
would
drop
cry.
the channel.
She would cry.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? I said, whatever you want to do, do. And then somebody told her she was beautiful, and that chippered her up. And so she came to me and she goes, what do I do? And I said, you ignore them.
Yeah, but it's
You
hard.
just ignore them. And then but what was great was that her sister, who has actually more impact on her thinking than I do, she told her the same thing.
Okay, now
Ignore it and
that's
don't
good.
worry about it and all this and that. So
I see our
anyway, she's
comments are not
passed it all.
coming
And
in.
now she comes up with the comments and she goes, look at what this idiot said. You know?
Really?
She's laughing about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's good. She got
Yeah.
over that.
Oh, she's
But
totally
maybe
over it.
that'll happen with Carolyn after a while. I hope so.
Well,
She gets upset.
yeah, that's...
Okay, we gotta move forward.
Where are we going here?
Wait, oops, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Okay, let's put this back there, and then let's move this.
Paul got his jaw broken at ground zero. What was that? I lost it.
That kiosk is.
You went past it. I was reading the comment. You went past it.
I'm sorry. I went too fast.
It's okay. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
Rob
wait,
sells Mexico. Can you send me a housekeeper? I'm here sweeping and mopping. Dean is in a shallow grave somewhere. No, he's not.
Shallow grave. Eric was just.
It's at a very deep grave. Ask everyone who have not liked. Need to X out of chat for a few seconds. Hit the
No, we
and
don't.
go back to
I'm
the
not
live
that
chat.
particular.
Yeah.
What does this guy says?
Good news. Judge ordered her to pay me $6,000 per month for 4 years or jeopardize deportation. What's he talking about?
Yeah.
I
So
have
what
no
are we
idea.
talking about? I missed it, Rob. It must have been an earlier conversation that we skipped. Here you go, Paul.
Oh, Paul had another great line when he said Tampa was great. I think he says great, but I think it's great compared to what he had to deal with in America. I did do a video about that.
Tampa?
Uh-huh. And I did say it was great the first time it happened. It was with another woman.
Okay. What was with another woman? I missed the first part.
I know, you're never paying attention to
No,
me.
I'm reading. All I heard was I was
You
with
gotta do
another
one or the
woman.
other, pal.
It's like, what? What did I miss? Let's see. Hey, Paul. Eddie, right here.
Oh, okay. Hello from Tennessee. Good to see you again. Going to see you again in a couple of months. Hello to Goldfinger.
Hi.
All right.
Okay. Hello, Eddie. John Kennedy's a local, I think. He had a taste of Tampa once. I went to a motel and told her when she got over whatever was bothering her to come by. I've left actually for a hotel.
You have. You used to do that in the beginning.
Remember at the party I went to?
Yeah,
at,
man. I remember
Jason Stanley's, and I wasn't even going to go home. I said I packed a bag and went to the party. She was supposed to go with me. She was acting up, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm just going to go to the hotel." I went to Kingswick. Not a great hotel.
No.
Should have gone to the Strip. Big mistake. I went there for the restaurant. I like their food, but their hotel sucks. Anyway, here we are, right here. Expat reunion. Oh, we have an expat reunion. We have what do they call it when we get all the guys together? All the
a meet and greet.
A meet and greet. We have a meet and greet.
You do?
Well, we don't have one planned, but we do have them. You're going to do one at Justin's place, Critter.
I am?
I thought you were going to be doing one. You mentioned you're going to do one at Justin's.
I said if I was going to do one, I would do it at Justin's.
Oh.
But Justin's place isn't even ready yet.
Not yet.
No, I think he's 2 months away or something
Well,
like
we
that.
need to have one. We haven't
you
had a
should
greet
throw
meet
one.
in a long time. I don't know. I'm not putting it together.
No, thanks. But you're just volunteering me to put it together.
Yeah. I
See how things work here, fellas?
I'll work with you on it.
Hey, somebody gave you $10. You better,
Hey, I
better
got
get
10
excited.
bucks from Timothy. Thank
Better
you,
squeak
Timothy.
your chicken or something.
Oh, where is the chicken? That's right. Why didn't I squeak the chicken? Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
I got 2 people now. Oh, look, it shows me on viewer activity. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Marlon Alvarez gets a shout out. Timothy Clark gets a shout out. There you go.
All right, Marlon, Timothy. All right. Okay, wait. Oh, there it is. Okay, I might have jumped a couple. Sorry. This thing is very touchy.
Yes, Critter saying, sorry, you cannot do it at my place. I'm not ready. That's what I said. About
Yeah,
2 months
we know,
or 3
but
months or
we're
whenever he's
talking
ready.
A couple months, 3 months
Yeah.
from now, you'll be ready. Eddie says he met you.
Paul, I met you and Mike at Freaks last year. Not sure you remember. If I saw you in person, I don't remember names, Eddie. I apologize.
Yeah, too many. Fake critter profile, block it.
Could be.
Okay.
You know, there is a long-winded thing where a guy named Critter, going by Critter Hunter, made a comment. You skipped over it.
Did I?
Yeah, and you should probably block
Okay,
that
wait,
guy.
where is it? Show
Well,
me
it's
where
up
it is.
there. You got to go
Critter
up.
Hunter. I think I sent you a DM.
Fake comments.
Photo. Fake
I
comments.
see you
Text
still under
profile.
the farm. I thought he escaped the fitness matrix, but Carolyn's
Okay,
obviously put
we
a
missed
chain
that.
around him. Let's see. Could go and get a nice young-looking maid. Lots of girls hanging around. Yeah, I would just block that guy right there. That's going
Well,
by Critter.
that's actually
Yeah, I don't think so.
Justin. He's talking, but there is somebody fake, but I don't know if they were fake on here.
That's the problem. They use other people's name, the same people's name.
I don't see anybody on here. There might be a fake.
There was
critter.
something on here. You're going so quick here.
Okay, where?
Critter Hunter, finger, I sent you a PR. So using my name and photo, click the profile, probably says 0. Now I see you under the farm. Go up a little bit. Caroline needs to be humbled, girl. You should be honest and get a younger, nice looking. Yeah, that one. Take that one. I think that's the fake one.
I
I think.
know. Why would it have the same picture?
Well, it's because it's a imitation. It's a clone. They're using him. Ay, ay, ay.
Interesting. Okay, so you want
Just
me to
block
hide that
it.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
Try
hide
it. I mean, he'll understand if
Hide
we're
it or
wrong.
block it.
Hide user. And then if we were wrong, sorry, critter, we're blocking it.
I don't want to do that because I don't want to lose him.
Okay. Do what you want.
I'm gonna remove it.
Okay.
Just clarify, and I'll find another one. Just tell me which ones are fake. Okay, wait. Here we go.
Okay, that's fake. Fake. Wait, yeah. Fake. Now, hide that guy from the channel, please. Okay, thank you.
It's hard to tell who's real.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, we don't talk politics.
No, about your prostate problem. There's
Where
another
do you see
one.
that?
I'm reading the comment. How about you?
Where is it? They're moving so fast I can't find it.
President Biden, you need to contact Loma Linda University in California about your prostate problem. They have a procedure that will heal you. Take care, bud. Now, do you want to block that or remove it, or what do you want to do?
We're gonna
Put him in timeout? I don't
I'll
know.
remove it. It keeps coming up. It's called Rocks Pile. All right. Anyway, Philip, Paul, here's a question for you.
Oh, what's the tallest Filipina I've ever seen? That's a good question.
Seen a girl came by just the other day.
They weren't asking you. They were asking me.
Okay, fine.
But go ahead and answer.
I'm going to say between 5'8" to 5'10".
Yeah, about the same.
I don't think I've ever seen a 6 foot or a 5'11".
I've seen some pretty tall ones, but I'm pretty sure that they're not pure Filipino.
Yeah, I think the one I saw was.
They have like an Australian father
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Having a meet and greet in San Carlos. Where's San Carlos?
San Carlos is in Occidental. It's on this island, Negros
this island.
Occidental.
How far away? How many hours?
Probably 2 or 3.
Well, okay. Too much hobby. People make fake profiles.
Yeah, they do.
Block both of us. We can sort it out later.
Sorry,
I
Justin.
gotta say that stuff.
We didn't know which one to grab.
Let's see if he doesn't come back on it. But the problem is they create another thing with your picture.
See, Johnny V sums it up. That's the whole point. No one knows which one is the fake.
Yeah.
He's absolutely
I
right.
had somebody mimicking me and he used to be on Mark Thornton's channel, and he was on bikes, and he would make comments on his lives.
Yeah.
And he said Goldfinger, but then he'd have a different set of numbers after
Right.
Goldfinger than I do.
Right.
So everybody just assumed there's one Goldfinger, but then no,
Right.
there's people that mimicked me. I'm sure there's Paul's old dog.
Well,
new
they do
tricks.
with me is they say old dog, new trick.
Yeah.
They leave off the S. Trolls love Goldfinger. Well, that's when you know you're famous. Guys, you can also promote trusted users to be a moderator. That's true. Mike's Philippine
What
Retirement's
exactly is
here.
a moderator? I don't know.
Moderator is somebody that you can assign that is a volunteer, and they will get the comments. They could be remote, number one.
Oh.
So it could be me. Let's say you've got a live with somebody else, and you assign me
Like
as
you
a moderator.
have time to be a moderator.
Yeah, I'm not going to be your moderator. I'm just using it as an example.
Okay.
But I would see the comments before you do, and it's sped up, and I can just remove them or block them or whatever I feel deemed necessary.
Okay.
And just they don't even show up. That's what a moderator does.
I don't know if anybody has.
I don't
time
use a
unless-
moderator, and
I
I
don't
don't
would you
want to
trust that
ask
person?
anybody.
I don't know if it.
We used one time. Me and Gio used the same moderator when we were early on live streaming, and he turned out to be a mole. He was sending all the information to a troll, so I just said, "Forget this."
I just saw something from Mike.
Yeah, Mike, you were saying good morning, but you
Where
went
is
right
it?
by
I
him.
don't know what happened to it. There's so many coming on. But hi, Mike. There it is. Mike Philippines
Yeah.
Retirement. Good morning.
morning.
Johnny, did the USA guy in Thailand disappear with a tons of legal trouble?
Thailand guy.
I'm thinking he means
World
Paul,
Zoom.
World Zoom.
Yeah. Now he's back in America.
He's in the USA, and I don't think
Yeah.
he's jailed. But he's he doesn't have any cake. I don't think he'd come back to the Philippines. I'm pretty sure he'd be
Oh,
blocked
no
from
way.
coming back. But he's still doing his YouTube channel because he has 20,000 or more and subs, and he's only talking about what he reads on either news or mostly from the other YouTubers.
And he got demonetized.
Did he?
Uh-huh.
Totally?
Yeah, well, he has to requalify because he was off of YouTube for
He should
a
just
long
start a new
time.
channel.
He should just give up. I don't see what he brings to the party. This is a guy that's been in 3 countries and visited a jail in all 3 of the countries. America, that's what Mike was telling me the other day. Guy's been to Thailand, he went to jail. Guy was in America, he went to jail.
And
Guy was in Philippines, he went to jail. So I think he should just do a jail house friggin',
Let me tell you about my
channel.
jail stories.
Yeah.
And how many times I bent over for the soap.
Yeah. Let's talk raping.
Here's a message for you. I agree with Tom.
Tell us on your no smoking journey. I failed the journey. I lasted for 3 months, and then I had a trigger that I couldn't overcome.
It triggered.
And I started smoking again. It was when May's mom died, and we were going through a lot of angst and anxiety, and that was my downfall.
Yeah, but
There's hope for the future.
there's triggers on food. I have a
Big
problem.
time.
So I started fasting yesterday with Lowell.
Did you really?
Friend. Yeah, and I failed.
Yeah.
There's triggers.
Yeah.
Carolyn cooks. She buys a lot of snack junk. Chips, Doritos, chocolate cake, cinnamon buns, a lot of baked goods here, sweet baked goods. It's very difficult. And then when she cooks, the smell, I get the smell and it smells good, okay? And she's a good cook. And she made pasta, creamy pasta with pesto sauce and stuff like that. Oh, man. I didn't eat much. Calorie-wise, it was very low, but it wasn't a fast. It was more like a keto. I didn't have the pasta. I had a banana, an apple, some cheese, and some baked chicken.
Well, the apple screwed you, but okay.
Well, apple has fiber, though.
Yeah, but it's also got sugar.
Well, so,
It'll kill the ketosis.
But an apple a day.
Okay.
Keeps
Look,
the doctor
it's your
away.
body, baby.
Okay, I haven't eaten yet today, but I did have milk in my coffee. And technically, if you have...
Actually, the full cream milk doesn't hurt you. It's fat.
Yeah, it's fat. That's what it has, full cream.
You want fat. And it makes no sense, actually. When you're fat, you're trying to lose weight, and fat helps you lose weight.
Well, isn't that
It's the
reverse of what we
carbohydrates
grew
and the
up on?
sugar that kill you.
Remember when we grew up, everything was don't eat any fat?
Yeah. Everything was low fat. And what they
drive you
did, they got
nuts.
rid of the fat and they added sugar. Wonderful.
Yeah. Right. Then they find out sugar causes cancer. We're not going to go there, but that's what they say.
Sugar is the worst thing you can ingest in your body.
I would.
I know
agree.
it.
Yeah.
I know it.
Pure cane sugar for the body.
Yeah, you used to send your kids out, or we used to go as kids out, loaded up on Frosted Flakes, and you'd be sent to school. And think of the insulin spike that you got off of that. And then you would crash by the time second period came around. Yeah. And, you'd just be craving nutrition. Remember the nutrition break?
Right.
And then what would they give you? They'd give you a big sweet roll.
Yeah.
And send you back to third period.
We grew up on sugar.
God mighty. Yeah, Coca-Cola.
Right.
How many Cokes have you drank? Thousands, hundreds of thousands? Growing up?
I drink sugar-free for the last 30, 40 years.
Oh, really?
But as a child.
Yeah, as a child.
I would drink orange soda, the bottles that you pull out of the machine.
Yeah.
Coke wasn't my favorite.
Orange Crush,
Orange
delicious.
Crush. I like the root beer.
Root beer, A&W root beer.
I like the chocolate milk that came in a bottle.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
it was
all
lovely.
Full of sugar.
Yeah. That's what we've been doing to ourselves for the last 60 years.
They were less stressful times, in my opinion. But
well, sure, they always are when you're a kid.
All right. Anyway, this is the same person that said take care that I thought I blocked.
Maybe they're just saying goodbye.
I don't know.
No, you removed the comment. That's what it was.
Is that what I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, Eric. Eric's brother's 6'2". Yeah, I've seen some tall
Spanish blood in
Filipinos,
the family, yeah.
but not Filipinas.
Yeah. Yeah, the girls are usually pretty short.
Okay, wait. Oh, shoot. They're moving too fast. Where are we? It moved. It moved fast. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I don't know. What? Oh, there's Eugene.
Michael Anstad.
Good morning. Goldie likes to drink. I got 250 for Michael. Oh, thank you, Michael. You get the. I didn't even see that one. I still have to renew my insurance. I have been failing on the health insurance. I've been putting it off. It just bothers me to spend so much money on a policy.
I've never bought insurance while I was over here.
Yeah,
Never.
You should.
Why? Why? Look at all the money I saved in 8 years that I've set aside for an emergency. I've got more money set aside for that than an insurance policy will pay.
If you got 1 million pesos put away, fine.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have that. I can't hold. I don't hold on to money. I spend it. If I get it, I spend it. I can't seem to save. Savings accounts are meant to be used. I don't know. I just can't.
Okay.
I know. I'm not a saver. Here you go for you, big slick.
Hey, Paul, how would you rate all the surgeries you went through? You're looking good now. Thank you very much. Out here, the surgeries that I had were just hunky-dory. They were fine.
Yeah.
As good as any. Could have got all the eyes, the cataracts, the whole thing. It all went really well.
You don't do surgeries here in Dumaguete. You usually go to Cebu, don't you?
Well, I did the cataracts here in Dumaguete by the same doctor, though, who had me come to Cebu with more state-of-the-art equipment in his office. And his son assisted. And his son is a cosmetic surgeon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I had 2 top-notch guys working on me, and it was a 2-hour surgery, and they spent 5 hours on me. So that doesn't say something. I don't know what does. And I've had a lot of surgeries in America, too.
What's that?
I've had a lot of surgeries in America also.
I've had major accidents in America, so I've been through many severe operations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, I had a piece of steel go in my head. I had they opened me up to try to remove cancer. A lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things. So a lot of surgeries. No broken bones ever.
Me either.
No broken bones ever.
Let me knock on
But some major things, setbacks. I don't know what this meant. Can you get ZYNs or ONs? Is that Xanax?
I don't know what that means.
Is it Xanax?
What's a ZYN? Xanax starts with an X.
Is it Oxycons? You can say the word.
Winds out there. You can say the word. Yeah. Water fast is the best. Yeah. I agree with that.
No, if you're asking about Xanax and Oxycontin, only if you're on your deathbed. You can get it. They will issue it to you if you're terminal. If you're definitely terminal.
Yeah, you can get morphine or whatever at the end of life. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move it there. Boom. One click. Here you go.
Okay. Anybody have an idea how to teach their Filipino to drive? As I'm thinking a 3-wheel scooter. Baja Rusi, as I have considered the 4-wheel. Goldies has, but need ideas. Oh, that's about the 3-wheeler you got?
Well, the last Filipina I rented to had it for 1 day and put it down.
That was a bike. He's talking about 4 wheels.
The 4 wheels are easy. That's nothing. That's electric 4 wheels, or they have gas 4 wheels. Those are piece of cake to drive. They're easy. It's the balancing on a bike is the problem, and slipping on wet surfaces or sand. So if you get a 4-wheeler, a little golf cart, glorified golf cart with windshield wipers, horns, turn signals, lights, and the whole bit, you're looking at under 100,000 pesos. Yeah. If you're talking about a gas-powered one, you're looking at more like twice that cost.
I think an actual golf cart out here would be awesome. Because May can't drive a car. She's too psyched out to do it.
If you have an engine, a gas engine, you're going to need to be a registered license.
Right.
If you have an electric cart, you don't need anything.
Right.
Which they may change that, but at this time you don't need anything. I've rented my e-car out. Finally rented an e-cart out, electric cart, for a week. I'm going to sell it. It's a losing proposition to rent them.
Really?
If I got a gas one, it would rent fine. Okay.
How much would you sell that for?
I paid 80,000 base, and then I had them add a second battery for about 11,000.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm into it for 91,000. Okay. and I'm asking 60,000 pesos.
That may drive it. Take it for a ride.
Yeah,
I might
you can
buy
drive
it from
for a
you.
while. I'm just gonna. I actually put it up, but I got a few people that interested, but I didn't get anybody to actually come out. you know?
Right.
And those are easy. Carolyn loves hers.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, you know what? Forget it. I'll just hold it as a backup e-cart. But and they come out and they do maintenance on it, and all I have to do is tip the guys. You know.
Right.
They never ask me for money for parts
Right,
or anything.
right.
They have to, adjust the brakes or adjust the steering.
Well, I'm thinking it would be a great starter tool for May, because if she gets used to the
really
four
easy.
wheels and gets some
And
confidence,
it'll go a long
then
ways.
she can transfer over to the car.
The problem I have with
Yeah.
renting it
Yeah.
is guys are in hotels, and you have to plug it in to charge it.
Yeah.
Okay, overnight, like 10
Yeah.
hours.
Well, I'll just rent it from you for a week, and I'll throw her ass in
You
there
don't
and
have
see
to
if
pay
she
me
can
rent,
do it.
Just take it. It sits here. So just when it comes back, just take it
All right.
for a month and let me know if you want to buy it. I don't care.
Okay.
Or nobody's using it. It just
All
sits
right.
here. It's better to be used.
Yeah.
And the guys come to me. I don't know if they're going to go to Valencia, but they're all the way in Cebuland, the shop. They come to me. I give them 500 pesos a piece or a couple beers, and they do all kinds of maintenance on them. They never charge me for parts or anything if
Cool.
they need it. And Carolyn loves hers, and she goes all over. She went to leave for the province this morning.
I
and
just
you-
saw her. I said goodbye to her.
and she's going to park it nearby, and and it has an alarm system on it
Mm-hmm.
as well. I don't know. You could hold groceries. You could put the dog. Einstein sits in the back seat when she goes.
That's why I'm
And he doesn't even
thinking
need a
it would be
leash.
great for
He-
May, because
he
you can put the
loves-
two dogs back there.
Einstein loves riding
Oh,
on a
they love
motorbike
it.
or a cart.
They
He
love it.
doesn't want to leave Carolyn's side.
I know. Same with my
They're
dogs.
attached like at the hip.
Oh, my dog's the same way with my wife.
Um,
I've been telling my wife, Tasha, about your show. I finally got her to sit down and tune in with me. Please give her a shout out to Tisha in Nebraska. I hope I'm saying that right.
Okay, wait. Yeah.
What's 250,000?
Well, it's pesos. It wasn't dollars.
Pesos, yeah.
Look at it carefully. So, now I understand why.
Boss Man's Philippines podcast. Now I understand why I hear about expat bloggers getting into fights at the local coffee shops. What is that supposed to mean?
Bozeman's Philippines.
That happened
podcast.
one time a year ago.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still
Now
talking
I
about it.
understand why. I don't know. It was. I don't know. You'd have to be in a wrong mindset to do that. $5. Yeah, it's a little under $5. Dan, anything new on your house fronts in last week? Everything's done on the house. I actually sent my worker home. We've done just about everything here. I did have a problem with the bike the other day. I was hoping that he was here. The damn thing wouldn't start. It sat
You ever
here.
get that resolved? You had to send a truck out to pick it up or
Oh my
something?
God. So we could not figure it out. First off, I couldn't open the seat because the key wouldn't turn. It was
Well,
locked.
there's I learned a trick on that. There's a way to do that.
Well, there's a
On
little
my
key. You
80.
put it in the side. And you
Yeah.
trigger it.
Yeah.
Okay. So they said the key's the wrong key. We could not open the seat. So they went underneath and they wiggled it and they said
Right.
they said the black key I had, little black with a
Right.
hexagon.
Right.
They said it wouldn't work. Okay, so we finally got the seat open and we got to the battery. I put the charger on it. It says it's full. So then they go into so I called out from Honda because I couldn't figure it out because I couldn't unlock it. I tried everything. I tried 2 different key fobs. It would not unlock. It's driving me nuts. So I called the guy and the guy from Honda came here and then he brought another guy because he couldn't figure it out. And then they changed the relay. They took it from another bike I have. They changed the relay and then they changed the fuses. Wouldn't unlock it. And the bike's locked with the steering wheel like this. It's in a locked position. And they go, well, we can't even roll it to the shop. So now we're going to have to bring all our tools out here. So they left it all apart. Okay. And they said, we'll come back because it was like 4:00. They have to close up by 5 and they had stuff they had to do. Okay, fine. So I offered them money multiple times. They didn't want any money. Okay. But they spent 2 hours here. And finally, I said, this is stupid. Now it was hot. It was very hot that day. And it started to cool off. And around 5:00, I said, this doesn't make sense. It's acting like the key fob is not reacting with the ignition. Okay. And so I says, I'm gonna go out and get a new battery. So I went out and got new batteries, brand new batteries. Okay. Even though we switched a battery from another bike, it still didn't work. And I separated the 2 keys apart just in case one key was affecting the other with interference. So I took the key apart, put it in a brand new battery, went over to the bike. You hear a beep. I'm like, well, I didn't hear that before, and no problem.
I had the same problem with my bike.
But
But fortunately, it was in my front yard.
how could you have 3 batteries that don't work? Because really 2 fobs on the one bike,
It's the fobs.
they interfered with each other.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. I had a guy come out. I got this great guy named Toto. He comes up to my house, and he brought a battery with him because I said, oh, my battery's dead, because I hadn't driven my bike for months. And so I just said, that's when I used the little thing, and I learned how to open it up so I could get to the battery. He brought it up. It was only like $20 to put a new battery. And the battery was 3 years old anyway, so I didn't mind. But it wouldn't start after he put the new battery in. He goes, have you got another key? And I go, yeah. I went inside, and I got the other key, and it fired up. He goes, I hate to tell you this, but your battery was okay. It was the fob key.
It was the fob.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fob battery. But it was just weird because we had 2, but they were hanging on the same loop.
And they were both dead.
Either they're both dead or one was interacting with the other.
I think they were both dead. If they're the same age and those little keys come out, the smart thing to do is to buy, 6 of them, especially since you're in the business.
Well, I just ordered 15 batteries.
Okay, well, 15. Okay, good.
It was free shipping.
Yeah.
And you
so
know I love free. It's 4 letter words.
Get them. Have them here,
I ordered 15. I says, you know what? I haven't changed any of the batteries at any of the bikes. This bike happened to be the oldest bike I have.
Right.
Okay?
When we think maintenance, we're thinking oil change and all that. You don't think about batteries and the fobs.
So I took the other fob and I took the battery out, and went back to the fob I used the battery from, took the battery out, put tape on it. It says new battery needed. They're all 2032s. They're all the same because they're all Hondas. I ordered 15 batteries.
Good.
Yeah. And they're cheap. I think it's under 100 pesos for 5 batteries. I ordered 3 packs.
Good.
And they're a good, they're a good make too. Anyway, we're okay, well, I might have skipped a couple. I don't care. I have to sell most of my belongings. I really have my heart set on it.
Not sure what that means. I'm not even sure that's Mike or if it's an imposter.
I'm not even sure if that is Mike. The old Willie Jeep used, I don't know, is still available. New. Are the old Willie Jeeps available? No, I haven't seen them here. You know what? I did miss a few. Hold on. Let's go back with so many people. Jeez. How many do we miss? There's a lot here.
How long were you talking?
I don't know. A while. I am thinking of moving back to Thailand. This place is getting too much for me. Janet and I are on the rocks.
Okay,
again.
that's a hide that guy.
Really?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Down there.
There?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, that should disappear. Okay. He's going to meet. Okay. I missed a lot. Sorry, is that Irish coffee, Paul? No. Okay. Created an option with Kevin Tucker's video. Oh, cool.
I didn't know he was a millionaire. You got a short up that says he's a millionaire. Is he a
I'm
millionaire?
Guessing. I'm guessing because he said he had
like millions
40,
of US dollars
shares and he owns them.
Yeah.
He buys them because he does covered calls, which means he has to own the stock. Okay.
So he's a millionaire.
I'm gonna say he's worth $1 million.
Wow.
I don't know if he's multi-million, but I'm gonna say he's got $1 million. He has to be playing with about $1 million. Wow. He's got to have somewhere over 500,000 invested. Over 500,000 invested. He's done that in 4 or 5 years. So, and he takes a lot of vacations. So and he dropped his YouTube. And one of the reasons why he had a lot of followers. I think he had 20 or 25,000. And he dropped the YouTube and he goes, I'm traveling. He didn't need the YouTube. Okay. He was making so much money trading. It was taking away. You're going to put your time and effort into whatever makes you the most amount of money for the least amount of
Focus on that.
Yeah, exactly. So
are you going to do options now with him?
No, I don't have time. That's what I said 2 years ago. I don't have this YouTube thing has overtaken my life. I have spent 2.5 days in this room.
Really?
Well, because editing, recording. I recorded 3 people in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
I got another one coming this afternoon.
Yeah.
I have another one on Friday. people are coming to me because there's no more Mark Thornton.
Right. They want to be on your
And
channel.
they want to be on the channel. And I don't do outside recordings.
Right.
They need to come in the studio so I can control the sound, the lighting.
Right.
Even though I do a shitty job of it.
Yeah.
The sound is seems to
No,
be
you're
the
doing
biggest
good.
problem.
You're doing
But
good.
I'm
I think
worried.
you've got it ironed out by now.
Well, and I added now. You can see we got the waves moving in the
Yeah,
background.
we got the pretty background.
It's looping, but I got to make a longer. I'm going to go to Rizal and recall. See, it just looped. I'm going to go to Rizal and record the beach and people walking, but I'm not going to have the sound or interviews. I'm just going to walk with the phone and record people and have that as a background, so people are walking on Rizal and show the sunrise because I go out there at 5 a.m. and that kind of stuff. But it's different.
Yeah.
Different
That's
works.
just ducky.
Yeah. I don't know, Karate Kid, why you say the section is blank. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Here, go read this one.
Goldfinger and Paul, how and when do you two originally meet for the first time? We originally met in person in Thailand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to you years.
But you
before
talked
that.
to me for years prior to that.
Yeah, because I became a sub of yours at
Right.
around 1,000 members. Just
Yeah.
But and we went to the same high school, but I didn't know you.
Right.
At Chatsworth High.
Right.
Actually, no. The first time we actually met is when I met you at the.
I don't have any recall
at Keys.
of that. I don't have any recall.
I
of
remember
that.
you at Keys, but I didn't. I wasn't your friend.
No,
You
no.
were trying to sell me Gap insurance.
Was they?
Gap, yeah. You tried to sell me Gap insurance and undercarriage extended policy.
I didn't do undercarriage stuff.
Something undercarriage spraying or
No.
what? You did the contracts.
I did the contracts.
I remember
did
the contract, the
warranties,
financing.
Gap insurance.
I think you offered.
Yeah. Well, that was my job.
Yeah, you offered all that stuff.
Yeah. And you probably said no.
Yeah, I said no.
That's
I
fine.
when I
Move
said
on
you
with
tried
your
to
day.
sell me, you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Do you want Gap insurance? Do you want
Yeah.
undercover coatings? Do you want
Yeah.
extended
Whatever we had at the time.
drive
If it was
train?
at Keys, it was a long time ago. That was old school stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what year was that you were at
In
Keys?
the 80s, like 82,
Yeah, so
83.
that's when I met you and I remembered you. That's why I went on your channel because I said, I know this guy. And then the more I heard you said that you went to Chatsworth High and you said your age. And I said, oh, you were just one grade ahead of me. So you missed out on the high school football field lighting, but you raised funds for it.
No, I didn't.
Well, you helped raise funds for it.
No, I didn't.
On the lighting for the football field?
Right.
During your year?
I did not do that.
There was no lighting then.
No, I didn't raise any funds for anything.
Well, not personally.
was-
but
I was rarely at school.
during your year, the year before I graduated.
Yeah.
And then when I graduated, they had football lights.
Okay. Oh, you mean our class
At-
or whatever?
the school.
The school.
Yeah,
okay.
the school race.
I wasn't even aware of that.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh. Did you play racquetball at all?
No, I played golf.
At that age?
I taught the ladies golf team.
Okay.
That was my job.
That makes sense.
That was my
Since
what
you're
was
a
it?
ladies' man.
elective. Yeah, I ran the. That was actually an elective.
So you're a
And
young guy,
the women had the girls. I was 16 or 17, and I played golf since I was 9.
and the girls were what age?
And
Ladies.
well, the ladies were high school girls,
Oh, were they?
and they had a golf
didn't know
class
that.
for ladies.
I was not
For
into
the
that.
ladies, and they hired me. Not hired me, but they put me in the position as a golf coach for the ladies.
Very nice. I didn't even know they had golf.
Yeah, and they had a little driving range out there, which was the football field, or not the football field, but the general area,
The PE area.
PE area. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to think of.
They had
Yeah.
a big grass
And
area.
so I did that for a year.
Yeah. All right. That's where they played baseball, I think, actually. They had 4.
I don't remember.
You
I
didn't
know
play
I went
baseball.
back, man. I went back years later. When my mother died is
Oh.
when I went back home, and she's buried in in Chatsworth, Forest Lawn out there. And I went by our school, Chatsworth.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't recognize it.
Really?
There's a barbed wire fence around it. It's been tagged to death.
Tagged?
Gang tags.
But it was a chain link fence.
And, well, not anymore. It looks like It looks like
a prison.
Friggin' war zone, man.
Oh my God.
That's brutal.
That would have bothered me. I would not want to
It
see
was
that.
ugly. I was really crapped out because Chatsworth and high school,
nice
when we
area.
went there, it was so nice.
We didn't have gangs.
No, we didn't have any gangs. There was no violence. I mean, the worst thing people did was smoke pot or, go to parties and get drunk like teenagers
that's your
do.
life. I didn't smoke
That's
pot
like
at that age.
I didn't either, but I'm just saying that's what they did or people did.
You want to know what the worst thing I did?
Huh.
Was walk off the property to go have lunch because I lived across the street and I didn't have a note
Yeah.
that allowed me to. And I'd say to him, go fly a kite to the girl.
Yeah.
That was what do they call them? The narcs or something back then?
Whatever we called them.
I think we called them narcs.
I remember I turned 18 while I was in high school, and I was allowed to write my own notes. That's a real thing. I was able to say, I was not in school yesterday because I didn't feel good, signed it, and I showed my ID that showed I was an adult, and they accepted it. But I didn't abuse it. I did it like once or twice just to
I got
jack
consistently
around.
in trouble in high school.
I can see that.
I'd fight other people's fights.
No, yeah.
If they couldn't protect themselves, like they were meek or whatever, I didn't like bullies, so
Right.
I would take on bullies. I'd end up in the vice principal or principal's office. So I got a lot of times I got sent home for a week.
I got a lot of SWATs.
You got
Remember SWATs?
I remember SWATs in elementary, but not in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Wood shop, metal shop.
yeah.
Those guys didn't dick around. They just said, get up here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You had the option, but you were too macho or whatever the word would be, too proud to get detention. Yeah, you go bend over, the guy take the paddle with the holes in it.
I wouldn't let the
and
guy
whack
do
you
that to
on
me.
the ass.
Even at high school level, I wouldn't let the guy do that to me. There's no way. But I did get in trouble a lot. And then I had to go to the counselor and talk to the counselor. We're going way off the subject here. But I went to the counselor in high school, Chatsworth High.
They're learning a lot about the Philippines right now.
Yeah. This is memory lane.
This is why they tuned in. They want to hear about what we did 50 years ago.
I'm sure they do. So it's okay. So I remember going to her office and she's telling me, you're not listening to your teachers. You're not following instructions and blah, blah, blah. And I go, so that's why you're a counselor, and that's what you'll always be. Oh my God. She goes, well, you'll never be anything. I said, it's like you. I was a smart ass.
Brutal.
Oh my God, I was a smart ass.
I would never have come close to that. Ever.
I was total smart ass. The principal said to me, you'll never have any friends. Oh, no, the principal said you should not fight other people's fights. You let them fight their own fights. And I said, do you have any friends? I laugh. I said, because you'll never be my friend.
Wow.
Oh, I was brutal. Okay. Where are we? ZYN is nicotine patches. Do they have
okay.
pouches? Do they have those here?
Pouches? Yeah, that's the thing guys use, like snuff or something like that, whatever you call it. That always disgusted me. Guys would spit into a bottle or something.
Yeah, I don't know what the other one was. The best view in your background. Paul, your video yesterday, okay, makes Jeff think to really retire this year as soon as sells our house in Texas. Oh, they want to retire as soon as they sell.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
What video was that? Was that my budget video? That was the one before.
I don't watch your videos. What do I know?
Yeah, thanks for your support.
Yeah. Well,
Why am I showing
you're
up
the
here every
competition
freaking
now.
Wednesday? And why am I here? Okay? You going to split the super chats with me? What's the deal? Huh?
Oh my God. Sell one of the figures. Okay.
So what were your gold fingers?
$1 million pesos. It's just don't forget to like. Where's our likes? Oh, we have 105. So we did.
You got 105 likes. You got 209 people in the room.
I
You
have
lost
9 likes.
three.
Yeah, I've used up 5 of them. Unfortunately. The steel net explains a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Definitely right. I agree.
It's starting to rust.
I don't think they removed it. I still beat through a metal detector. Let's see.
Whoops, sorry guys.
Here's for you, Mr. Paul.
What's that?
Right
I quit sugar so I can concentrate on my smoking and vaping.
You know, vaping's actually worse than smoking.
Yeah, it
they've
is.
come up with now.
Yeah.
Because of the chemicals in
Yeah,
the vape.
yeah, and the
Isn't
flavors
that
and
crazy
all that.
how
Yeah.
things? It
Yeah.
reminds me of the saccharin.
Yeah.
Where they said saccharin's no good for you. Use aspartame, and
Yeah.
now they're saying
Yeah.
you should go back to saccharin.
Have you noticed everything causes cancer?
Yeah, laughing causes cancer.
God.
what kind of mini motors? I don't know what you mean, but scooters, a lot. You'll have to email me, go to the emails, and request a list of what's available. And we're not going to talk about that here.
Yeah.
I do not have Honda DX. I only have automatic scooters. So,
Are you getting burned out on that business?
No,
Yeah.
no, but I can see
But
where
I mean,
YouTube.
I can see where YouTube would be a lot better fit for you.
It's easier
because
for
you know
me.
what, that whole thing out there is like having a job all over again. And I know you like to stay busy, but it seems to me like you are retired, and you do
Am
need
I?
to spend. Well, I guess
Well,
not.
me.
I guess not.
No, I'm not.
You're
If I get
really not.
retired, I'll die. I'll be
Yeah?
honest with you.
Yeah.
If-
What does retired mean to you?
Watching TV,
Yeah?
eating food, have a TV tray in front of the TV,
Oh, okay. The old
sleeping,
school
afternoon
stuff.
naps,
Right.
going to bed early,
Right.
getting up late,
Right.
just meeting guys at coffee for lunch or dinner or coffee shops. I don't want to do that. That's not me. I like using my mind.
Challenges.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to start walking in the morning with Lowell 5 a.m. We put it off because of the weather, and then he told me he walked this morning.
Do I
said,
know
"David."
Lowell?
No, he kept to himself. He didn't want a girlfriend. He didn't want to go on the channel. Actually, he's coming this afternoon to go on the channel to talk about his fasting. But we have to retake. I recorded him yesterday, and he was monotone, and he was thinking a lot. And when we asked him questions, he's like, what? and then when I had to remind him to say goodbye, I said to everybody, okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Bye now. And I'm looking at him. He's like, you want to say bye, Lowell? Goodbye? So I said, Lowell, it came out so bad. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't put this out. I
Right.
can't. It's just, it'll do more damage than good.
Right.
I says, you have to be alive.
Right.
Stop trying to be perfect. Be yourself, be natural, be alive. And speaking of that, I got to change the air conditioner. It's getting warm. Do you feel warm?
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it up. Go ahead and read some of these.
Okay,
I
sure.
think,
Well, here we go. Oscar Mike says, Paul, do you have an opinion on that Valencia development Eric Pohl is building in Tierra
he
something
spent
in the
$7.5
name?
billion at Alta Terra.
I didn't see it. I don't watch your channel either.
No shit.
Swear to God.
That's fucking funny.
I see you come up and I'm like, pass.
Okay, turnaround's fair play.
I swear to God.
So the story with,
Well, all I saw was your short that said Kevin was a millionaire. And I thought, well, that's interesting.
you know what? Did you see the shorts where I put you on? Just
no,
you.
no.
I
I
it
don't
says
watch
the
your
Goldfinger
stuff. The only
Minute-
thing that caught my eye was millionaire.
Oh, well, I started
Because I
saying,
know
you
him,
what?
and I was just curious about all
I
that.
started creating my own shorts. We got
Mm-hmm.
off on the subject. We'll get back to Eric in a minute. So I started creating my own shorts foolishly. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you had told me about Philippe.
Yeah.
Okay. Pay him the money. Make the I pay $60
Right.
to get into a program that creates shorts for you. Oh my Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What a headache.
Right.
And my computer kept blocking up
Right.
because it's too much
Of course.
CPU usage. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm
not
like,
simple.
it takes a lot of time. So I'm looking there. The first one took me 30 minutes to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was down to 30 minutes. Third one, around the 10th one, I got it down to about 10 or 15 minutes. And I started counting how much am I making per hour doing this? Like, how much am I losing per hour doing this?
Losing, yeah.
Losing, not making.
Because you don't make money on shorts.
Because you don't make any money on shorts. It's just a
No,
way
you
of-
make like 17 cents. You know?
Oh, you make 17 cents. Go look at mine. Mine's 3 cents.
Okay, well,
If I'm lucky.
don't
okay?
get angry, Goldfinger. Settle
You're
down.
pissing me off, you greedy bastard, you. So I'm jealous. So you get a whole 17 cents.
Yeah.
I don't get 7. Okay, I literally a penny or two.
You're around the corner.
It's sad. Anyway,
So has Philippe done anything for you yet?
not yet. I haven't seen anything. But what I did was I did a whole bunch on you when you were talking
Mm-hmm.
and took yours, and I just had you by yourself
Mm.
in a box talking about
Mm-hmm.
different subjects, and I just had the Goldfinger Minute.
Mm-hmm.
Please like and subscribe. That's it. So you should have saw some of yours, and I thought it would help promote you, but well, it might. It's Goldfinger.
Maybe. I don't know.
Paul, Old Dog New Tricks. I mean,
I think people associate you and I together already. So
as
I
a,
don't
team, as a
think
couple,
it's really going to be. Yeah.
sometimes.
On our gay weekend. Don't forget about that.
Okay,
So anyway, I don't have an opinion on it because I don't know anything about this guy.
Yeah, it's
or his build or anything else.
well, so
Development.
you can't have an opinion, and there's no sense me going over it because I already did.
Thank you.
Can you get Ozempic there? Yes, you can.
Can you really?
Yes, it's available. It's on Shopee.
Now,
They
once
took it
you
off
get on
Lazada.
that stuff, aren't you on it for a lifetime? If you
wow.
stop it, won't
Maybe-
you gain weight back?
There's supposed to be side effects.
There's
Anytime-
always going to be a side
unless
effect.
you change your habits
Yeah.
of what you eat and how much you eat, and you are what you eat. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, you probably have to go on it from time to time or slow down on how much because you're not losing.
So I
weight.
heard
You
that
just wanna
it's
maintain.
very
But
expensive.
that's true with fen-phen. You remember the fen-phen? Fen-phen. Come on, it was in the 80s, I think, or 90s. I think it was 80s. Fen-phen diet.
See, in the 80s, I didn't have a weight problem.
Well, I was on the fen-phen diet, and they still have one of them, phentamine. You can still, and basically you lose a lot of weight really fast. Okay. God damn, it's getting warm in here. Why is it?
It
getting
is
warm?
hot in here.
I got to figure out why my air's not working. And but the thing is, you have to continue with fen-phen, but just not as much. I'm sure it's the same thing with. But he says right here, I'm down 100 pounds in a year.
I believe it. I've heard that stuff really does the deal.
But
my question is that I don't trust that. Everybody always wants to take a pill to cure their ills, and I don't trust that because on losing weight, unless it creates some sort of signal, it must create a signal in your brain that makes you less hungry, right? I would think.
Well, I don't know.
Where you're just
I
not
really don't know
craving
how it
food.
works.
I don't either. You should look that up. Should you ask your
but
buddy
I've
over
heard
there at
people-
ChatGPT or whatever
I've
you
heard
use?
people they get diarrhea from it. So,
Well, that makes sense. It
All
would
right,
be
I'll look
cleansing
this up
out your
here.
body.
but I've heard some people get stomach problems from
It
it.
makes sense.
But
be-
not everybody. And it probably depends on how much you take. But you can get that.
It's
like
really
everything
just so
else.
easy to lose weight. It's not easy. I shouldn't say that because
not
that's a
easy
big
for me.
problem. But did you know there's something like, what did somebody say the other day? That in America, American women and American men both are fatter, have more body fat than a pig. It's something like men
Thanks for
have
that analogy.
23% body fat, women have 40%, and a pig's got 16%. My percentages are probably off. But I saw that it was on Joe Rogan, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But you know that something like 75% of America's overweight? Isn't that amazing?
I'm sorry, say it again.
75% of Americans are overweight, including the
It's
kids.
the food. It's horrible.
It's brutal. All the processed food that
America has the worst
we've been
food.
eating it forever.
There's a lot of things that are not allowed in Europe that they put
Right.
in brand names. They make them
Right.
different recipe, different
Right.
ingredients in other countries.
And over here, I'll tell you what the advantage I believe over here is everything's smaller. Like you notice the chickens here are smaller.
Yes.
Okay. My theory on that is they're not pumped up full of hormones
Yeah.
and water
Yeah.
and all that other crap that they
Yeah.
add. They add things to
Well, they
chicken
don't
for crying
radiate
out loud.
fruits or vegetables. here.
No, they don't
don't
wash
radiate.
the eggs.
You don't wash the
You know,
eggs.
they wash the eggs. That allows you to leave the eggs out.
Yeah.
And you don't have to refrigerate them.
Yeah.
But in
if you're really
America,
worried
they're
about it, you
all
can wash
rinsed
the egg
off,
just
and
before
they've
you-
got to be refrigerated, or they're going to go
Yeah,
bad.
and if you're really worried about what's on the outside of the egg, you can wash it and
What
then
do you
use
care?
it. It comes
You're
out of
going
a
to crack it
chicken's
open
ass.
anyway.
It
Yeah,
comes out of a chicken's ass.
and it's got a
That'd be like-
natural coating on it that protects it from
right.
rotting. So why would you wash that off? Anyway, out here, everything, even eggs, are fresher. There's no hormones. I mean, you see these chickens in everybody's yard. You know, that's where you're
Yeah,
buying
the
your
chickens
eggs
are
from,
fresh.
and they're just totally.
You could ask for fresh chickens at the market. They'll literally chop the head off and defeather it in a whole bit and
Yeah.
cut it up. And they'll do it while you wait.
You go to the
watch
store
them do
out
it.
here, the chickens are just small,
Yeah.
and they're not all plumped up like
Because there's no hormones.
Because there's no additives to it.
And the feed is real feed because
Yeah.
they're usually all free range.
Yeah,
They can't
they're
afford
eating
to buy
grass and
feed.
bugs.
Yeah, they can't afford
Which
to
is
buy
what they're
feed
supposed
for the
to eat.
chickens, so they just roam the
No,
property.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our nutritional
Yeah.
info.
Prince wants to know about out-of-pocket dental care in the Philippines.
Sure, $20 to get
It's cheap.
$25 to get a teeth cleaning.
Yeah.
Cavities, Yeah. What is it, $50 for a cavity, something like
It's not
that?
expensive.
I mean, it's just not enough money to get excited
You don't
about.
get
I can't
insurance
even
for it
remember
here.
it,
Yeah, you don't
but
worry about
you
it.
don't need it.
I
You
got to
don't
tell
worry
you,
about it.
what a lot of people pay in their deductible on their policies in the U.S.
Yeah.
is 100% coverage here.
Right.
It covers the
Right.
whole bill here. If you did.
Exactly.
I've never had a huge bill in the Philippines, but
Me
I've
either.
never had a major operation.
Me either.
Okay. Insurance is questionable. Like you said, you don't carry health insurance.
No.
And that's Einstein. And also, I carry it. I've never used the 58,000, 60,000 a year that I pay for it. I've never hit 60,000. I've had it for three. Oh, this will be the third year, and I've never hit 60,000 in expenses. But it's just that one time, 60,000 pesos, mind you. That's $1,000. So most of the things here, well, the most expensive one was when I had the skin. Excuse me, guys. The skin problem from using the opposite of On. Okay, I don't want to say a brand name.
Okay.
I was using it on my legs daily to keep the mosquitoes away, and it ended up in the hospital because of the DEET. It went under the skin. It gave me dermatitis and all kinds of stuff, and they had to put intravenous on me with antibiotics, strong antibiotics. That was the most expensive bill. I spent a night in the hospital. They wanted me 2 nights. I refused. That was 17,000 pesos.
It's $300.
Yeah, it's affordable. I can afford $300.
So, yeah.
So, and then I paid 60,000 to save 17. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But
see, I mean, it's
and they're
if
not
you add
covering
that
me.
up over the years,
I know.
and if you have the discipline to take whatever you're paying for insurance, put it into a medical fund, you'd be amazed at how much money you have
And the truth of it
for that emergency.
is they won't cover me for a heart attack or a stroke or anything like that.
Well,
because I have hypertension going in,
yeah.
and I take blood pressure medicine.
Right.
So it's an exclusion.
I've always had a hard on for insurance companies, and you know who drilled that into my head? My father. When I was about 9 years old, he took me to downtown Los Angeles. We lived in the San Fernando Valley, and he had something to do like at the Hall of Records or something like that. And he goes, "Hey, you want to go down to downtown LA?" And I'd never been there before. So we went to downtown LA, and we took care of whatever business he was having. And then we went to a cafeteria, and I thought it was really cool because we sat on a stool, and we sat up there and had lunch. And as we were getting into the car, he says, "What do you think of these buildings?" And I said, "Wow, they're big, Dad. They're tall." He goes, "The tallest ones are insurance companies."
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Well, they make money.
He goes, "So remember that when someone tries to sell you insurance, how tall that building is."
That's true.
And that stayed with me all my life.
Yeah, that's.
And
a
so
good
I've always
analogy.
been very, 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 anyway.
Okay, so Alvin says the old Willie Jeep from World War II are available new. They're made in the Philippines. Okay, well, I didn't know that. I know we're really far. Critter things don't doubt bins. Okay, again, that one's removed. I don't know how to say that name. I'm here in Wyoming. I love listening and watching all the Expat videos. Sounds like most of the guys work together and help each other out. Well, most of them do. Most of them are pretty good guys. Oh, I'm way behind. Sorry, I got to jump a few.
I'm going to use the restroom.
All right, I'll read them. Now we can talk about Paul. He's out of the room. Maybe I should lock the door. Actually, it does have a lock on the door. I'm surprised. I know you both love New Spaghetti, but have you ever thought of exploring Manila, BGC in particular? Yeah, Paul's going there. It will allow you both a different perspective of the Philippines, especially in terms of healthcare. All right, Sugar. Well, yeah, I haven't really traveled that much. I've been to 4 islands, maybe 5. English proficiency or even traffic. I don't like the traffic. Let's see. Paul Revere. Paul, bank to bank. If you have account in banks here, only insure up to 10,000 USD. So unless buying a house or car, better to keep money in the U.S. That is true, but I must have missed the conversation before that, Paul. Sorry. Hello, Ricky. Western Canadian. Enjoyed your silver gold chat. Oh, great. Actually, it was yesterday, but it probably came out I don't know if it came out today or yesterday. I think it came out last night. Let's move. Oscar Mike. Highly recommend you leave as much in the U.S. as possible. U.S. dollars is more likely to hold spending power. Well, you could transfer money very easily from bank to bank here. Once you've been here for 3 months and you have an ACR card, you can open up a BDO or a BPI or a community bank, and then you could transfer with Remitly, and it's like bank to bank. It's like $1.99 to transfer, and you could transfer it either in U.S. dollars or in pesos. So, yeah, I keep my money in the U.S. I keep a bank in the U.S. It's all in the ebook, guys. Lock him in the bathroom. I might lock him out. Yeah, thanks, Joe. If you don't like traffic, then you'll love BGC. Really? I would assume it had a lot of traffic. It doesn't have traffic there, huh? Sure. Because I know Cebu. I've been to Cebu, and it's crazy on the streets in Cebu. I just assumed Manila would be worse. Does Gcash have a limit? I don't use it, so I couldn't tell you. But it's not safe to keep a lot of money in Gcash. It's just so that you know. Also, there's another one. I can't think of it right now, the name of it, but there's another one besides Gcash. And there's sometimes problems with Gcash. I know Carolyn, my fiance, has it, and she had somebody take the money once, and we had a fight for it. I'm not sure if she ever got it back or not. What did it do to you? Kokati. I don't know how to say your name. What did what do to me? I'm sorry, you'll have to explain. Hi, KW. Longtime follower of Paul's. Good. He just left the building. Another time, the interest of gold in the finger. Love you. Length of time of the interest of gold in the finger. Huh? Huh? I'm lost on that. Sorry. I have a gold nail. I've had it since I legally changed my name. So I've had a gold nail since early 80s, I think, maybe late 70s. Gcash does have a limit, according to JMR's desk. I sent a lot to my girlfriend. Paul Revere, no limit on Gcash and can link it to your U.S. bank or credit card, but they do restrict the amount you could put in. But funny is you can do multiple transfers. Okay. All right. Anyway, I'm all the way down. I may have missed something because there's a Robert. Okay, Robert sent me, Robert Bone. I don't know if I got that. Robert Bone sent me 5, but I think we skipped them.
Attaboy.
But thank you, Robert. I see that down here under viewer activity. All right. Thank you. Okay, so he's in Canada. We had talked about getting silver maple leaves on the channel the other day. I think of my live, actually.
I don't see myself.
If you can get it for $5 over spot, it's a lot for $5 over spot from what I remember it used to be. But bottom line, I would buy them.
Is John Harper still around? Yes, he is.
I saw him at is that the John I saw at the Hypermart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No money, no honey.
Happy.
No money, no honey.
No money, no honey. But he has had the girls with him, the twins.
Yeah.
They've grown up some.
Oh,
they weren't
I
babies
hope so.
anymore. Okay, I can't believe how time flies.
Yeah.
They were like 2 or 3 years old. Maybe,
if you asked me back in the day, I would say, boy, they grow up so slowly.
He looked healthy.
Yeah.
He looked happy.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bother him to interview him. I has just started the channel, and I don't do interviews outside the studio.
Right.
And I didn't ask. I know he's kind of probably turned off possibly from doing.
Well, I'm done with that state.
You wouldn't bring him back on?
Well, no. Why? Because, an update, I guess. But
people still ask about him, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually did an update when he got back without him. And I felt that was enough, enough is enough. But I guess it would be cool to see him, on again. But you're right. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want the attention. He's a very reclusive guy. And he's a very, I don't know what the word is. I try to respect his space,
Okay.
But him and I had coffee.
But you guys helped him out a lot. And now he's on Social Security. So
he's got a steady income. He'll never get to that position again.
That's good.
And him and I had coffee a couple of weeks ago. But I just keep it on the down low.
Keep it on. I didn't know you had coffee with them.
Yeah.
They're talking about BGC. You said you're going there soon?
In December.
Okay. Oh, December.
Yeah.
Why, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, not at all. A guy offered me his condo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's the guy? Turn him on
Subscriber.
to me. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I understand condos are very cheap right now. They're available.
Oh, big flood on the market, man.
Chinese left a lot.
Yeah, 220,000 left.
That's what I heard. I think we talked about this once.
Yeah, we did. We were covering old ground
they're not
again.
lowering the price of them, but they lowered the rent.
Yeah.
I'd love to see BGC. I'd love to
well,
go.
Daryl was there.
Oh, really?
I did a whole video with Daryl about
know.
BGC. I know.
The Daryl I know? Hawkeye Daryl? Or are you talking about Daryl Brown?
Daryl Brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to see it. I'd love to take Carolyn there. I think
Well,
we'll
why don't
start
you?
traveling soon. I'm going to need to
It's
get
not
away
too
for
far.
This.
It's an hour away by plane.
Yeah,
And then it's a
I
grab
don't like
ride.
traveling. I did that my whole life.
Well, an hour. I don't like international travel anymore.
Everybody has a comfort circle.
I get it.
My comfort circle now is Dumaguete
I hear you.
and maybe Sikihor.
Ugh.
I might go to Zamboanga. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I might go. No, I won't go north. Sabula. I mean, that's about as far.
Ugh. I don't like Cebulan.
Well.
Traffic out there is brutal.
Okay, then North Point, which has lots of restaurants. North Point now.
Yeah, they
Have
do.
you seen North Point? It's really growing.
North Point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's growing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're building a lot of commercial new restaurants and stuff there and hotels.
Yeah, they are. We went there yesterday.
What is Bingo asks, what is the most annoying thing about the Philippines?
I would say noise.
Okay. I would say how slow it is. It bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
I still do not have enough patience when I wait in lines for banks or markets or checkouts.
Uh-huh.
It's like, they don't have a whole lot of drive-throughs here. They're starting to get more of them.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, I don't have a car, so I can't really. I don't know if you could drive through with a motorbike. You can't in the States. I don't know about
Yeah, you
here.
can.
In the States, you can use a motorbike through drive-through?
Well, I don't know about the States, but here you can.
Yeah, here you can. So, I know you can't walk up in the States. I wonder if you could walk up to a drive-through. What would be the purpose? In any case,
Only you would think of that.
Stupid comment. Yeah, right. But
This thing's twirling. We're froze up again.
we're froze up again. But it's going to unfreeze
Awesome.
in a minute. Yeah, isn't that great? I don't know. They said it's the last I checked. Everything is. I asked
So
God.
is it not frozen on the other end, though?
No, they're watching us.
Okay,
They're listening
all
to
right.
us. We just can't
But
see
are
the
your comments frozen?
The comments are frozen. But it's not frozen for their picture, just for us. I'm going to have to find out what that is. I have a feeling it's my laptop. But I have a really high-end laptop. I don't know why it doesn't. We're only using a few percent.
Well, if this doesn't work, you're going to have to live in the stream, buddy.
No.
Or you can make up questions.
Oh, we could talk. We could talk about anything. We could talk forever. We've actually been on an hour and a half. Can you believe that?
That's enough.
It's been fun. So patience. I have no patience.
Okay.
That it's annoying. That's the most annoying thing for me because I like to multitask. So they do not understand multitasking here. It's one thing at a time. Yeah. Can you have Peanut Girl 1, Peanut Girl 2 from Baby May's channel to help promote their business?
Whose business?
I don't know. Their business.
Their business.
I didn't know there was two Peanut Girls.
I didn't know there was two peanut girls.
From Baby May.
There's Sandwich Girl. I know
Sandwich
about her.
Girl.
Yeah.
You got all these names, food names for the girls.
I have to.
How can I used to
nickname
call
people.
We had names. We had
Well,
starfish,
Yeah,
shark.
well, that was a sexual connotation. How was she? She
The
was
octopus.
a starfish. You know,
we used
that creates an immediate, word picture in your
Of
mind.
course.
It's like, oh,
Well, that's
one
what
of
you were
those.
saying. Okay, so the other day you said there's a new girl in town that's taking on Filipina P. What's her name?
Smart Girl Philippines.
Smart Girl Philippines. Okay, I haven't checked her out yet, but you said she said do you swallow or spit?
Right.
Okay. And you asked me, what do I think about that? And I go, I know what I'm thinking, but I know
Yeah.
that's not what it means.
It was brilliant.
Okay.
I love the channel
Do you
because
swallow or
she's so
spit?
funny. And what's funny about her is that she comes up with these really provocative titles, like Spit or Swallow. And then
Which meant you had to tell me what it meant.
Yeah. You tune in, and she'll have this list, and she'll say service water, spit, ice cubes, spit, Jollibee, swallow.
Okay.
So
The only thing that
so
came
the,
to
the
mind
only
was-
thing that comes to mind is
Yeah, of
the
course.
obvious, right?
But I was thinking later.
But she gets so many views, and she's so funny, and she'll drop F-bombs during her little speech.
Word bombs.
And
Phrase bombs.
And she's really funny, and she's very intelligent, and she's just rocking it right now. I really have a lot of respect for her.
Well,
I have a lot of respect for the P, but I just have this girl's come along, and she's just like whoa. She's getting 1,000 subscribers a day.
holy moly.
Holy moly!
Is she good looking?
Yes,
Yeah, that
she's
helps.
attractive. Yeah,
That's good. She's good.
attractive, great English,
Oh, that's
funny,
good too.
beautiful
Good English,
smile.
has humor.
Humor.
That's how
well,
P
she's got
started.
she's got a lot of writers for her.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost like she's a spokesperson almost for a corporation. I think there's a number of Filipinos that got together. One's a PhD, from what I understand,
Okay.
that actually writes the scripts and comes up with the ideas.
Hmm.
And then they do shorts, and she's doing it right. And so I'm just saying, she's coming up. She's going to be one of the top
You think
vloggers
she'll
out here.
beat P?
I don't know. I mean, I don't never viewed it as a competition, but I think that there's a good chance she'll catch up to her.
All right. Anyway, we can reset this so we can see the comments. They're not moving. I don't think so. So, anyway, we're going to the wedding tonight.
We're going to the wedding. It's my last event that I'm ever going to attend.
And it's May's sister
Yes,
and Ray.
and and they want me to make a speech, and I was running it by you, and I said I think I'll just go through a full Don Rickles
You got to roast them.
where I'll just completely take them apart.
Yeah, you got to roast them. You got to sit down this afternoon to make just a few notes to cut it. Because when you're up there, I don't know about you.
Well, you know, it's funny is the real story about Ray calling me is actually very funny in itself.
Oh, really?
Because he called me up and just said, "Yo, Paulie," and that was it. I mean, like, who's this guy? You know? And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Yo, man, it's Ray over here in New York, you know, and what's your address?" It's just like that, right off the top.
You don't not
And
lie or I have to
yeah,
send you
not
something.
like, "Hey, how you doing?" or anything like that. But I immediately just kind of liked him. I just kind of bonded with the dude. And
New
so
Yorker.
and I know who he is without knowing who he is from being around people so long. You know, like you said, a New Yorker. The New Yorker's a New Yorker. They're just like,
aggressive, they're
"Hey,
loud.
what's going on, Bubba?"
Yeah,
You know,
they're
"Hey,
pushy.
man." Yeah, and he wanted my address, and I ended up giving it to him because he wanted to send ballot buy-in boxes like you did.
But he didn't ask you first.
No, he didn't.
You don't have a choice.
No, I just
I'm
like,
sending you 30
and you know what I did?
boxes.
I gave him my address. And then the funny thing was that I got a kick out of, which I was going to say tonight. I may still do it. I may not. I don't know. But he said, so we got to bullshitting, and he gave me his background, and we started talking. You know, as I kind of assumed he'd been watching the channel for years.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's now coming to Dumageddon, and he's sold out and radical for it. And then, so he asked me to, you know, we reinstated why he was sending the boxes. They were for him, and would I hold them for him, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So we got into it a little bit and got to talking. And then somewhere he goes, "Hey, what's the deal with May's sister, Riza?" The young one.
Yeah, I know Risa. I tried to date
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, way before I came out here. I gave her money for the twins when her
Yeah.
husband passed away.
Uh-huh.
And I helped her out a little bit in that beginning. But then she found somebody to take care
She
of.
did. And that's what I told Ray. And he immediately said, "Well, what about the other one?"
See, I heard about the other one, but I didn't know the other one.
I said,
moved down the
"Well,
line, huh?"
There's a couple more." And I said, "Well, which one?" He goes, "What's her name?" I said, "Jing." He goes, yeah, Jing. What about her?" I said, "Well, she's available." He goes, "Well, can you set a brother up?" I I don't know. Give me your info. I got your information. I'll give it to May, and May can have a conversation with her because I don't give out the girl's information.
Right. That's
You know,
proper.
safety-wise, if they
Right.
want to look at you and then they want to contact you, cool. I feel like, all right, well, that's their initiation, and now they're getting married from that conversation.
Now, how long has it been?
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. How long has it been?
I think it's been a couple of years. I got a message into him to give me some background because I don't remember, what year he moved here, what
Yeah,
day or
you have to get
month
that
or all that. So I need to make some notes.
Definitely.
And I do, I got elected to do this speech that I didn't ask for.
You'll have fun with it. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, it'll be fun.
So we're supposed to dress up and we're supposed to wear red.
Well, you're not supposed to dress up particularly. You're
Okay.
just supposed to wear red. And then, what do they got
I
going
don't know
on?
if I have a dress red.
They want to
shirt.
do a dance number. They want May and some girls to do a dance number.
As long as it doesn't
Okay.
involve me, I don't care.
So she invited a couple of chicks and sent them a video, and they're practicing. All the girls are practicing their dance.
The only thing I have red I can think of is I'll wear a Santa hat.
Go ahead.
There's
Be
my red.
perfect.
I'll wear a
Perfect.
Santa hat. The only thing I can
Awesome.
think of I have is red.
Awesome. Or a red bow in your hair. Something.
Yeah, I could put a red bow.
Yeah. Yeah.
On my shoulder.
But I think between you and me and a fence post, all these birthdays, and my wife's guilty of it because she throws them. All these birthdays and holidays and weddings, they're getting tedious, man.
Okay,
They
so I got to
just-
ask you a
you know,
question.
really,
'cause
they
I
are.
think I screwed up.
What's that?
What day was Rick Monroe's and Vilma's wedding?
I don't know.
I thought
Because
it was.
I already decided I like Rick a lot,
Yeah.
and I have nothing but
I can't find the invitation. It was either last Saturday or this Saturday.
Yeah.
I had it down on my phone as this Saturday.
Yeah.
I sent them a message I haven't heard back from, so I don't know if they're on a honeymoon or what.
Right.
But I think I missed it, and I feel bad. But
Well,
I just thought maybe you went.
There's no
or-
reason
or
to feel
going.
bad if you never RSVP'd one way or the other.
I did. I told them I'll be there.
Oh, then you should feel bad.
Yeah, thank you. I do, but appreciate you agree with me. And
Well,
make
no,
me
if you
feel so
tell
much
somebody
better.
I'm going to be there, then you should freaking show
Well, I had
up.
asked you, "Are you going?" And you said yes.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I
definitely
did
I can
not
show
say
you the
yes.
text.
Show it to me.
Okay, I will.
Show it
After
to
we're done,
me
I'll show you the
because
text.
I said I don't even.
I said, "Are you going to
I don't
Rick's
hang
wedding?"
out with Rick. I've met him. I know who he is. We've chatted.
The judge.
But
We call him the
it's
judge.
been a year since him and I have sat down and had a conversation.
It's been a long time.
And so
for me,
him and I
too.
aren't close. I mean, I love the guy. He's a nice man. If I saw him, I'd
I'm
buy
gonna
him
be
a
so upset if
sandwich,
I miss
you
it.
know.
And
But
I sent him a message, and I haven't got it back, and I can't find the invitation. I thought I took
and it's
a
nothing
screenshot.
against Rick. It's just that I'm tired of all these events,
There's a lot of
and they're
events.
always
I
at
got a lot of
night.
people.
And I don't like going out at night at all.
People have
It's like,
given up-
don't you freaking people have lunch?
Yeah. Well, the problem is everybody's given up on trying to have breakfast with me or lunch with me. They know I'm always busy. I'm always in
Right,
here,
right.
either editing or interviewing.
Right.
This has taken over my life.
Right.
I
You're
don't know
just
if-
balls deep in this YouTube thing, aren't you?
yeah.
Wow. You know what's funny is that in a comparison is that day before yesterday, May and I had this great day. We were talking about how you like to stay busy, and I say I like to be retired.
Right.
And we had this awesome friggin' day where we both, I think half of it was we both got a really good night's sleep. I can't emphasize how much sleep affects my mood.
I could tell you that right now, Carolyn and I are kind of at it because she's got her artwork to do, and she's been helping me on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I get frustrated when things like this happen, where I don't understand how to clear a computer, or because I have a whole bunch of stuff that's running in the background, and I don't understand laptops.
Yeah, well, last time, this was about the same time, about an hour and a half
Yes.
in, that this thing froze up, and now we can't see anything.
And hopefully they're actually hearing us and watching us, because otherwise
don't
we're
know.
having a great conversation between
Yeah.
the two of us.
Well, that's fine. I enjoy this conversation.
And we'll never see this, because once I end the stream, the comments are gone. So
Right.
I'll never know.
You'll have to
unless I
wait for
go
the
on
comments
phone.
afterwards.
Hey, that was an idea. Go on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you said last time. We should
Yeah,
have gone
yeah,
on our
yeah,
phone and
yeah,
see if
yeah.
they can hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if
See, I'm
any
going to break
comments
my
on-
rule and watch your friggin' channel.
and see if there's any comments.
Let me
maybe.
go on my phone
Yeah.
and
All right.
see what
So-
the deal. I got to turn it back on. So
Oh my God. You want
give
me
it a
to-
minute to warm up here,
Okay.
pal.
So anyway,
So what were we talking about? Oh, I was talking about my best day that I had with May. And you know what it was we both, first of all, got a great night's sleep. So that helped both of us. And because sometimes it's fitful, sometimes she has a bad dream or something. So we woke up really rested.
Yeah.
And then we got up and she goes, I want to do a video. I said, okay, let's do a video. What do you want to do it about? And she tells me what she wants to do it about. So she takes a little time. She gets ready. I take a shower. We sit down. We bang out a video for May in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Just boom, boom. And I
quick.
said, I need to do a video, but I don't want you in it because I don't need the distraction. So she just took the dogs, went in the bedroom, and 20 minutes later I said, okay, I'm done. I got my video made. What do you want to do? And she looked at me and she goes, well, don't you have an appointment? Don't you have to be somewhere? Aren't you meeting somebody for coffee?
You forgot something, huh?
I said, nope, I got nothing. And so our whole day consisted of going out to lunch. And it was awesome.
I don't have those kind of days with Carolyn.
Awesome.
It doesn't happen.
We went out to lunch. We went to Cafe Racer. And then we went for a little ride. And we didn't have any place that we had to be, nothing we had to do, nothing we had to buy. And we went and got the dogs, and I took the dogs for a scooter ride. I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I guess the point being is I enjoyed having nothing to do. All right, let me go on to YouTube here.
I can't figure out how to find it. To be
and
honest
see if you're even here. Let's see. Here we are, 228 people watching.
It won't even open for me. I can't even open it.
Yep, we're still alive.
I'm still alive. Okay, sorry for the long.
So I can read comments too.
Oh, well, maybe that'll work.
Yeah, let me turn the volume off.
Get on it.
Let's see. Wow,
I can't get on.
there's a lot of freaking comments we missed.
Is there?
Yeah, because we froze
I'll
up,
start
boys
reading
and
them
girls.
because I don't know how to find it on my phone. I've never actually.
Let's see. Whew. Oh, there's the Peanut Girl comments, so we can go from there, right? Gcash, they're talking about Gcash. I guess the limit on that is 100,000 pesos. I paid $260 for a root canal and cap on my last. Such was too much, I think. My last such procedure in Las Vegas was $1,600. Let's see, I opened a Charles Schwab account and plan on using Remitly. Is that a good combination? I'd say it is.
Yes, it is.
KW says, good morning, old dog and Goldfinger, longtime follower of Paul's channel, and still questionable on the length of time of interest of gold and the finger. Love you both. Length of time, interest of gold and finger?
Don't know what it means.
I don't know what that means. So many Vegas folks, Karate K. I'm sitting in Vegas right now, 90 degrees here today. I'm watching, I bet a lot of Vegas guys do watch us because we're both from there. John made a lot of bad choices, nice guy, but I think he might have been a little mentally behind the curve. Well, he did suffer from 3 major strokes.
That's
so,
right, I forgot about that.
You know, that's something
That
to take it.
definitely
You got to give a guy a pass on that.
Yeah,
You know,
sure. That's pretty bad. 3.
Yeah. And I give him kudos for surviving.
Or even
you know what I
being
mean?
able to walk
He can
and
still
talk.
walk and talk, and
Yeah.
and his mouth still works. So, geez. Let's see. Did Goldfinger get his way on Filipino rice, or did he get that oversized load from America? Get this way. Or this way. It was from
I'm gonna
America.
say it was America. America has bad food.
Yeah.
I was 350 pounds in America. I'm now about 260.
No.
I've actually lost weight since I've been here, but I need to lose another 100 pounds easy. Well, at least 80.
This comment says, if you're going to live in BGC, then just stay in America. That's probably a true statement. I want to
Is
go visit
BGC
it.
like it?
From what I understand, it's a concrete jungle.
But it's also a lot cheaper.
Well, I don't know if it's cheaper. I would say it's on par with us, from what I'm hearing from Daryl. But it's really modern. But there's no, I call it the forest or jungle. Mountainous
not
areas,
just
and
price.
they have parks as opposed to,
But there's another reason not to go back to the USA as compared to the Philippines.
money.
No, that is a number one possibly, but there's others, like the social problems.
Oh, sure.
Okay, the people here are so much friendlier.
Yeah.
They'll say hello back to you. They'll give you directions. They'll take you to places. I mean, if you need a ride, they'll pick you up. I mean, you have to be scared of your own shadow back in the U.S. It's sad.
Rich P stopped by to say hello from Las Piñas, flying back in July after a 3-month stay. We'll be back in December. George Went from Cheers passed. I heard that. A.K.A. Norm. Remitly is the first and fifth cheapest transfer service. I'll be sending Goldfinger and Paul all my results from over the years. Let's see, JMR, you can do more than that is a limit amount based on usage, just like transferring money in the U.S. starts at $2K, but when you get approval, you can get it raised by your usage. That's true. Remitly Circle is cheapest. Regular guy Remitly is fifth cheapest.
I asked regular guy to come onto the channel here.
Yeah. You get a hold of him?
I sent him an email.
Yeah.
A friend of mine gave me his email.
Okay.
And I know he's in town right now.
Yeah.
I don't know for how long. But Scotty Boy.
Scotty Boy, yeah.
Yeah, his channel's very good now. I was questioning it when he first started, but he's excellent now. I'd love to have a conversation with him here.
BGC is about like Dubai from the videos I've watched. I think for me, a smaller community and living outside, there's a better choice. Individual preference, in my humble opinion. That's the key word, is individual preference.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
That's
some
true.
people like living out here where we're at. Some people like something more cosmopolitan or metropolitan.
See, I have
Other
roots
guys
here
like
now.
it out here in the middle of nowhere. And maybe to each his own, I say.
You
know.
always said you're not going to buy anything or keep anything that you can't
walk away from.
walk away from.
Yeah.
And the problem is, you could take your car
Yeah.
anywhere you want.
Well, here's the reference point. Was I understand I can sell the car, I can
You
sell
can
the
take the car.
land, I could take the car.
could park
My point it was in my head and I didn't share it properly.
Okay.
What if there was a major earthquake?
Right.
Okay, and we just had to get out of town now.
Right.
You know, I could walk away, and you can't take the car or sell the car or
That's
do
true.
anything with the car. That was my
Unless the
thinking.
roads are open.
What if there was this major coup or some sort of upheaval?
Okay.
That's what I
So
was thinking.
my problem is,
Hey,
I created-
KW sent you $10,
Oh.
but I think it was meant for me.
Thanks, KW. Hope you can hear the bird. The thing is,
Started in an expat dating service there. Paul is working on his new comedy routine on here.
I've got roots now here. I've created roots.
Yeah.
I'm invested into
Yeah.
this property.
Yeah, I get it.
So I can't just go to BG. I can visit BGC, but I can't move.
Hey, here's a very good comment. Paul K. Manila is like New York City. Cebu is like Chicago or LA. Valencia is like the Midwest. And the Philippines is what you make of it and what you want from it. Pick what
Yeah.
you like. I
Yeah.
couldn't agree more.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a very, very solid, intelligent, thought out
Yeah.
comment for once.
Definitely. Finally.
We have a new nickname, Goldfinger, for you and Paul. Statler and Waldorf. Let's see if you remember them. What is two Statler?
I remember Waldorf.
I don't remember
Cartoon
those.
characters, as I remember.
Are they?
I think I remember Waldorf was a stocky guy. Statler was a skinny guy.
Okay.
I think it was a cartoon.
I'll have to
if I
look it
remember
up.
right. It's somewhere in the back of my memory.
The dating scene isn't even on the top 10 radar for me for moving. Good for you. It wasn't mine either. What moved to the Philippines? Why move to the Philippines to live like in America? It doesn't make sense. They're still referring to BGC.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
for
but
some
there's
people
other
it does.
reasons.
Yeah, again, like I'll state again, financial. And you stated
The people
the people. So there's two reasons.
and the
for you.
there's not
There's
as
no
much
politics
politics
here.
here.
No.
Okay, I mean they have.
Hey, you
so-
got more money. Hold on a second.
I got more money.
Yeah.
I might retire.
Yeah.
I'm having lunch.
You
today.
got Oscar Mike sent you $4.99.
Thank you, Oscar.
Muppets in the Balcony. America is prohibitively expensive and not worth it.
In the big cities.
Yeah.
In the
Well,
big cities, like New York.
Deet in the Opals. I don't know what Opals
Deep
are.
in the what?
Opals? Opals? I don't know what that is. Deet. Well, Deet's in the stuff that you said you were putting
Yeah,
on
it's
your-
in the
What Opals is, I don't know.
OFF.
OPOLS.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't stress over it.
But I
Are there
really
many
got bad.
ravenous dogs there? I would like to set up a few traps around Valencia. A lot of the dogs have great coats, and I'm an expert skinner. It's got a big heart
They
in
don't
front
have
of
an
it.
animal
So,
shelter, do they? Here, they don't have animal regulations here that I know of.
no.
They don't even require licensing of animals here.
Here we got questions we're missing, buddy.
Okay.
What do you find is the most challenging thing you dealt with when moving there? I would say for you it was an apartment rental.
No, it wasn't a challenge. It was a problem. The
Okay,
challenge was the
challenge.
patience. I had a lot of trouble.
And you still do.
Yeah, I have a lot of trouble with it. Getting things done. I want to get things done right now. I'm tired of hearing out of stock and that kind of crap. Okay.
Now, this guy's got a follow-up response about meeting somebody. And the gentleman that says it's not even in these top 10. And Rick replies with, ooh, it just jumped. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Sorry. Exactly, go there with no expectations, and if you do not meet someone, then that's gravy. There you go.
Well,
You
that's
come here with, I like that.
yeah.
You come here with low expectations as far as the romance goes, and see what happens. And that's kind of
They're gonna
my
find
story.
you anyway. They're gonna
Well,
come to
not
you.
so much as they did back in the day. I would dissent a little on that, but that's really reflective of how it worked with me. I wasn't
gonna
really
have-
looking, and then one day after 2.5 years, bumped into May, and just that was that. So, but it's so cool because I was never like, oh, I got to go meet a girl. I was never that way.
That's
It
the
was-
opposite of me.
Huh?
That was the opposite. I came here for the girls.
You did.
I told
Okay.
you that from day one. I came here for the girls.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot that.
Yeah. And I was honest about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I found
a lot
one
of
I'm
guys
happy.
come here for I would say 75%, if not higher, come here to meet a significant
And the
other
fact-
or just meet
And
a
the
girl.
other reason was they spoke English. Because
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Mexico and
Yeah,
in
brutal.
Thailand. Forget the language in Thailand. There's not very little English.
Well, this thing, I'm more busy since retiring here. There's so much more to do and see, and yet you can also veg out if you want. But the best is the attitude of the sweet Filipinos. I
Yes,
agree.
that is absolutely true.
I want to bring my crappy fishing pole with me. How are the local lakes for fish? They're not good.
No,
No.
they don't.
He
have
did a
great-
good video on
river-
the
they're not
dog
river
issues in Dumaguete. Angeles City has lots of foreigners getting bit. Okay.
Oh, I've been. Carolyn got bit, and I've been bit.
Really?
We both have been bit by dogs. Now, mine was a puppy, and I picked it up and scared it. Carolyn was a stray dog. It
Oh,
didn't pierce-
Statler and Wardorf Waldorf is the two Muppets in Balcony from the Muppet Show.
Oh, for the Muppet
So
Show.
we're Muppets.
Okay, they were Muppets. We're
Okay,
Muppets.
we're Muppets.
Okay, so I'm sure I'm Waldorf. So I remember Waldorf was heavier. Statler was a skinny dude.
Now you cannot even live in Las Vegas without making at least $5,000 a month. I believe that too.
Oh my.
Oh, 5K? Yeah, if you're looking at paying a mortgage or a rent, from what I understand in Vegas, an unfurnished 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom, I can't remember, was $1,600 unfurnished.
Oh, it's gone up a lot. Of course,
So
it's
it's
been
a
about 4 or
ton.
5 years.
It's a
I'm
ton.
gonna kill my dog.
Yeah.
There's somebody at the gate.
So, okay. Now you cannot even live in Las. Okay. How is auto insurance in the Philippines? Is it full coverage like the U.S.? Is your options worth having?
You would know that.
I got mine free, so I think I can answer the question. It's $400 a month for full coverage. I mean a year.
400. That
I
scared
said
me.
a month.
Scared me.
No. Detract
$400
that.
a year.
$400 a year.
Yeah, you can get coverage for motorbikes, and it's about $100, a little bit under $100 a year for a motorbike, for full coverage.
All right, so you got 228 people watching, and only 152 likes. That's a little disappointing.
Hey, come on, guys!
Come on, let's hit the like button.
Let's
I
hit the
just
like
did it.
button.
I just gave you a like, and I didn't even watch your goofy channel.
I can't even get to my channel. It won't let me get to my own channel. I don't know why. I can't watch the live.
Oh, God.
What else you got? Anything?
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Oscar Mike, I pay $16.50, one bedroom. Cactus exit off the I-15, Southern Highlands. There you go. $16.50 for a one-bedroom, unfurnished apartment in beautiful.
I don't know if I could live. Is Cactus? Is that in Las Vegas?
Yeah, it's a nice little area, but it's.
Is that in Henderson?
Southern Highlands is near. I think it's near Henderson. It came up with so many different communities, but one community is very reflective of the other. You know, those areas that they built, the tract homes and all that kind of stuff. And this is an apartment. It's not a house.
Where would I have the money for the furniture and then
you got to buy furniture, and then food.
How do you expect anybody to retire?
Well, the guy just told you, $5K minimum to live there.
I can't do it.
$5K. Well, if you had a job, you could. I mean, if you're
at 69,
if you were employed.
I don't know if I could work a full job on
couldn't.
my feet.
I couldn't.
I'm interviewing a guy today that couldn't work on his feet. His legs were going out. He's no youngster. Stop reading him to yourself. Come on, Paul. Let's hear it.
Goldfinger, can I please have your postal address? I have a nice fur hat for you. I'd like to send you.
I have a nice fur hat for you. What?
He'd like to send you. I think it's a pimp reference.
Oh, okay. Well, the story was actually when I changed my name, I legally changed my name, and the judge won't allow it, and I'm going to make it real short. And so I had to go in front of a panel of 3 on the appeal to change my name. And the 3 judges said, we want you to have a first, middle, and last name. And I said, okay, Pimp Daddy Goldfinger. And the attorney was kicking me under the table because I had an attorney with me. And they all looked at me shocked, and they all started discussing everything. And they go, is that really what your name you want to be? I says, well, if you want me to have a first, middle, and last, it's going to be Pimp Daddy Goldfinger. Of course, I was an AH, okay? I was just an obstinate guy. I liked pushing buttons back then, okay? And anybody's button. I didn't care. And I was pretty outspoken. So they said, okay, well, if that's what you want, it's legally allowed. We're going to have to send you back to the lower court to have the judge that dismissed your name, Goldfinger. You have to get him to approve it. But we're going to allow that because you're within your legal constitutional rights. So when I went back to the lower court, the judge is looking at the dockets, and he sees mine, and he sees what I said. I don't know. He sees me eye to eye, and he puts my docket on the bottom of the stack. And then when he made me wait all day until he called me, and he goes, I see you asked for a different name. I says, well, Your Honor, you wanted a first, middle, and last. Just being a snot, you know.
Hey, we're getting some likes here.
Cool. And being a snot, and he says, will you settle for Goldfinger? I says, yeah, that's all I ever wanted. He says, fine, get out of my court. So anyway, so it almost was Pimp Daddy Goldfinger. And if I had that name, you think they'd let me in the Philippines? If I had Pimp Daddy Goldfinger on my passport?
Probably.
Pimp Daddy Goldfinger.
I don't think they would know what it is.
Oh, then maybe you're right. They probably wouldn't know what it is.
No.
What else you got?
Okay, well, we should probably wrap it up. It's 2 hours.
Okay, it's been 2 hours.
I got things to
guys.
do. But anyway, you got some nice comments here.
Thank you.
Some stuff about rents, and you're getting some hearts. My rent for an apartment in Valencia, 20,000 pesos, mine too. And as I have rentals in the USA, and 2 bedrooms for $900 to $1,100, 3 bedroom for $1,100 to $1,500 a month,
20,000
and those are mid-range. So we can come up with saying that 16 to 2,000 for an apartment, 1 bedroom in Vegas is really kind of par for the course.
Under $400 in Valencia.
And you're under 4 out here for a 3. Well, I pay for a 3-bedroom house. I pay under $400.
Yeah.
So, but it's not all dialed in.
I'm paying $600, and this is a big house.
You got a big house
with a grandparent house.
Yeah.
And bathroom. I mean,
yeah, you got outdoor kitchen and all that kind of stuff.
It's a big piece of property. All right, guys, I appreciate it. I'm sorry we locked up. Back to the drawing board. Hopefully we can figure out how to solve this problem, but just got to love this. It's complicated, but when it works, finally, it will be wonderful.
Yeah.
It's only going to take me a year to figure out.
We just got the supplement right here.
Yeah. What I need is a guy that knows laptops and OBS. Now, Nick, who's helped me, he knows computers. He knows laptops.
Mm-hmm.
But he had never done a studio before, okay,
Right.
for podcasting,
Right.
and he didn't know OBS,
Mm-hmm.
and he says there's easier programs in OBS, but you may not get a green screen or you may not get other things. But the problem is, I have problems with OBS. Is there's too many controls. There's too many things you can control, and it uses a lot of CPU, and that could be the problem. It's using too much CPU. All right, guys.
All right, kids.
Love you.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. I'll see you on Friday. You guys take care. Bye-bye. We're going to end the stream now.
Bye-bye.
And we're done.
Okay. We got to take a picture. You told me to remind you.